Welcome to Burnout Culture. The industry sucks, and so do we. I am your temporary, primary. I was gonna say primary host, but that doesn't work. I'm the guy introducing the podcast
You're the MC.
today. I'm
Cause
your
is usually
MC.
the MC.
That is
Welcome
true.
to another entry in the Cause Regrets Letting Us Do the Podcast by Ourself show. Now, GC, so last time we did one of these, we did our very funny bit about being like podcast bro tubers, but I don't really think there's much to make fun of in regarding them that they don't do on a day-to-day basis.
True.
The rise of fascism comes from podcasters who would fucking think it. I watch a lot of React content, and like it really puts me in a bad mood like all the time. Just like people reacting to like right-wing media, and it's just like I really don't like. It's good to stay informed. I really don't recommend doing that to yourself.
No, I actually I'm very proud of myself for this. I've catered my feed where the way I get my news is primarily through like Blue Sky, but I get it from, I literally follow specific people who don't try to dunk on it. They just report it, and it's like great. Like there's no dooming or fear mongering. If there is like any opinion, it's like a thought out opinion of like a constructive sort of like understanding. Okay, this is why this person did this, or this is why these people have this platform and why they are saying the things that they are saying. And it's like, it's productive.
I watched like, I don't know how it even started. I know how it started. It was, November, but like, I just like, I don't want to say like I fell down into the pipeline because there's no pipeline. I just started like watching people report the news. And it's just, but it like, I think more than anything, it just like, it makes me really anxious. And, we hope that we don't, we hope we bring you a politics free podcast. You don't have to think about anything when you're watching Burnout Culture.
We're apolitical.
We're not political.
We're robots.
We are. We're not like machines.
I'm not from Earth,
We're AI.
The moon is a hologram.
That's true, though.
No, stop it. My fucking.
I thought we were joking. I thought we were joking. I thought we were saying facts. But no,
birds aren't real. Sorry.
I mean, again.
Wouldn't that be horrifying
if you realize like 5 years into a friendship that your friend's a fucking conspiracy nut?
Fucking conspiracy nut. Yeah, dude.
That happens to people though.
There's a goddamn ice wall, dude. Like, you've never seen the ice wall? I've seen so many conspiracy theories because I watch a guy that debunks a lot of them with science. And I'm like, yes, good.
See, that is still good though, but you do still subject yourself to like a brunt of it, and it's always very disheartening.
Well, he keeps it to so the videos that I watch and the ones that he does that are actual like, so he does shorts, and shorts is just him dunking on conspiracy theories. I do
talls.
Very, very good. Very good.
I'm very funny. I'm on my A game today.
But his long form content, like his actual like YouTube videos proper, they sometimes do a little bit of dunking, but for the most part, it's actually just a learning. Like he's just telling you about like a history of like when science was wrong about a thing, or when people looked into like a thing that somebody like proposed. It's Mini Minute Man for people that are curious. Mini Minute Man. He does really good videos on that stuff. Milo, you're doing good work. Thank you for being a science communicator.
I don't know you, Milo, but hi.
Oh, you gotta watch those videos. I gotta show you. I gotta send you like one of each of like the different things he does, because like they're all good, and he's
JC's gonna send me these videos, and then I'll be horrified when I play one. I just like, and this is how science proves God is real.
No.
I love those ones as well. The fake scientists.
I love the ones that are like, they're just like, have you ever seen the fucking conspiracy videos of like, It's like a 3D rendered image or like an AI generated image of like
Mhm.
some bullshit that isn't real, and you know it's not fucking real. And then
Yeah.
it's just, instead of like them saying anything, it's just their face at the end of the video because they just stole it from somebody else. And they're
Honestly, I
like,
see the ones where they watch the AI stuff and they go like, "This is horrifying. This is real."
have you ever
Gork,
have you
Gork, is
ever
this real?
how could they build the pyramids if we've never built the pyramids in modern day? We don't know how pyramids were built. That's a real
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
people
Of course that's real. Of
people
course that's
think we don't
real.
know. People think we don't know how the pyramids were built.
Well, it's because I love that people assume that it's like aliens because they don't want to admit that like people who aren't white could like do anything.
It's also people that think ancient Egypt and ancient Rome didn't happen at the same time.
It
It's like
didn't.
where do you think bitches got math from?
I love math. Shout
The
out to math.
Egyptians, dog. Sorry, not math. No, I think it was math actually.
I love math.
Whatever. I might be
Shout
wrong
out.
about that, but the
Shout
point
out
still
math.
stands. I love math.
Big, big, huge shout out math.
Sometimes I do geometry in my head for fun. Don't
You
tell
should.
anybody.
Okay. I won't
Anyway,
on this big podcast.
so we got a lot to talk about this week.
I guess we might.
We should probably talk about the most important part. Oh, we never actually proper. I'm GC. That's Cullen.
Yeah, we did.
So, huh?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay. So, the Nintendo Direct was like literally this
Hours
morning,
ago.
and I was in bed. I went to bed at 5:30 in the morning last night because my sleep schedule has been very, very bad. I've had very bad manic episodes. I woke up the day before yesterday. I woke up tossing and turning in sleep paralysis. So it
Sheesh.
was like, so it was like, I don't think it was like sleep paralysis, but like I was asleep, but I could feel my body violently throwing itself from one
Back.
side to the other. It was fucking scary. Very, very, very weak. That was low hanging fruit, Cullen. You should try better next time.
That wasn't. I didn't promise I'd be like a high hanging fruit.
But yeah, my sleep schedule was bad. So I went to bed at 5:30 and I woke up at like, I woke up literally when the direct ended. So it was like 9, was it 9:45 or something? It was like really early in the morning, 10 o'clock maybe. And I woke up to my phone blown the fuck up.
Did other people spoil it for you?
Yes.
I
So
did
the
not.
funniest part is that I already knew this was happening because I have seen rumors circulating about this for a little bit.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know where I heard this from. Or I think I was, you know what? I might be misremembering. I might have had a conversation with someone who was like, oh, it'd be cool if Seven got a thing. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah. But yeah, I woke up and I saw your DM, and your DM.
I was the only one.
Wake up!
I was the only one who's tactful because I know you, and I know that you don't want spoilers DM to you when these conferences happen because
It's more fun when it's a surprise.
Exactly. So, but I assumed everybody else would be telling you exactly what it was.
Directly underneath your DM was a DM from my friend Robin, and it was Dragon Quest 7 remake. And I was like, oh, cool. That's a thing, I guess. And then I brushed my teeth. I went to go walk my sister's dogs because she went to the city for a little bit, and I watched the direct having a nice espresso.
Ooh, I'm jealous. Wait, I
in the
did that too.
morning.
Never mind.
And I got to do the great thing that people don't seem to realize they can do. You know how you can make every direct a really good one, or at least an inoffensive one, if you're someone who really cares that every ad reel is like really good for you.
Detach your personality from being a first party Nintendo fan.
Well, that, and also you can just wait for the presentation to end, and then you can watch it by yourself on the VOD, and then you can just skip all the shit you don't care about.
That's true.
And then your direct, like that hour-long direct, turned into like 20 minutes for me, because I got the gist of most of it. Like I skimmed through all the ports or whatever.
I will say,
go ahead.
I like like even if I were to miss it, I still like watching all of it because like you never know when you find something that like could be one of your next favorite games.
Yeah.
Like we're pretty like we we know video games, so there's a chance that if something gets announced, we'd already have like a good idea on what it is or what it could be. Like we know all this, but you never know. There could be
Yeah.
something like
I give every announcement like at least like 20 seconds, but like things like Dinkum, like I
yeah,
already own Dinkum on PC, like I know what that game is. This is just an announcement for the Switch port. I'm like, okay, I can skip that,
things like Mario.
Things like I skimmed through the Super Mario Galaxy one because I was like, it's okay, it's the ports of Galaxy. Great. I can skip that. Like I don't care. I
It's
watched all of Mario Tennis Fever.
that is probably it. Oh my god. Let's just get into Mario. Like
Let's
I
do
guess
it.
this is a direct cast.
Let's do
Let's
it.
just be honest. It's a direct cast. Nothing fucking
Yeah.
happened in the world at all in the last week or week or
Nothing at all.
two. But
Not
the
in the gaming
direct,
space.
not
No.
in the no, definitely not in the gaming space.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened in the Chud sphere at all. We
Mm-mm.
that we call video games.
Right.
Um so wow, what a stinker of a Mario like announcement outside of the tennis game.
Kind of incredible that the first Mario movie that came out, or rather the first animated Mario movie that came out, everyone was really excited and really liked it, except for like obviously like, oh, Chris Pratt's part of it, whatever. But like, wow, what a difference a couple years makes.
Mhm.
Because I don't know if it's the entire cast, but it's like you can't even like people loved Jack Black as Bowser, and that's different now. It's like, well, that guy's a massive sellout.
Yep.
And it's like he threw his friend under the fucking bus. So it's like I don't want to hear him be cutesy.
Mhm.
Fuck that. I guess like, like I don't want that shit. So that movie was that announcement was a big wet fart.
Yep.
Get ready for like a year of You Are Mr. Gay the movie. Um jokes being like played ad nauseum until it comes out.
Mhm. But like there's just something that just doesn't like some I don't know, like it's I did not like okay, I'm not a Mario fan. Like I like Mario games. I think it's hard not to, but like I would never call myself a Mario fan. I think the IP is just a bit too simplistic to hold my interest like that.
I think I'm there with you. I actually think ironically I'm not I wouldn't call myself a Mario fan. I'm a Paper Mario fan.
Oh yeah, Paper Mario is good, but that's because those games have soul and they lock the developers in there for 10 years after they make a game and they
Yeah.
don't let them do anything cool.
Yeah,
Um,
but I think like that's the problem, right? Like cuz I agree with you. It's like I wouldn't consider myself a Mario fan because I consider everything the Mario brand does that breaks out of its mainline like platformer thing is way more interesting to me.
but like I think it's it's weird that I don't know.
Talk shit about the movie, dog, if that's
Well,
what you want to
I
do.
don't that's the thing. I don't care about the movie. I think it's just what I think is weird.
I think that
It,
shit's lit like an AI game, an
well,
AI movie.
look again. You're it's not that you're wrong. It's that I think that Illumination Films is anti-art. It is as soulless of a like husk of a just product as you could get. Like, I'm not here to say that no one can enjoy the Mario movie or you can't take your kids to the Mario movie. I just like I have so much better things to do in my life than go see a fucking Mario movie. And like I thought that as soon as they announced it, and I was like, I'm not gonna go see that. I bet it's and I explained how it was, and then and then people went to go see it, and then it's like, oh my god, it's exactly what I thought it would be. Wow. But no, I think my problem is more that like if I were a Mario fan, I would
Yeah.
be so disappointed the fact that they said this is our headline big project for the 40th anniversary of our franchise.
Not a new
A
Mario game.
movie. And then I had people be like, "Oh, well, but Donkey Kong just came out." And I'm like, "Damn. If I were a Mario fan, I'd be disappointed in that too if that was the 40th anniversary project." because
You
that game's
telling me
not that good.
yeah,
Ooh.
I was just playing it and I was having a good time, but I gave it a break between the last time I played it and talked about it on the podcast
I did
cuz
too.
cuz I was like maybe it's just like the wrong time, right? And today I had like an urge. I was like I want to play on my Switch. I want to sit on my couch and play Switch. So I popped in Bonanza. I was like that's what I was playing before. Let's do it. I'm into it. I was having fun and then every banana I grabbed I was like Super Mario Odyssey.
See, the thing is, I don't even mind the bananas. I actually liked I
Oh
liked
no,
Odyssey,
no. That's the
but
thing
it's
is,
just
I
you think
liked
it's just
Odyssey,
Odyssey.
but I know that it's like this is so much of that DNA that this is
Mhm.
not. Number one, it's not a Mario game. It's not. Donkey Kong is not Mario. I'm sorry to everybody out there who thinks DK is part of the Mario franchise. I disagree. Nobody thinks of when everybody thinks of Donkey Kong, no one's thinking of doo, 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 doo. No one thinks of that. They think Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2, DK64, Jungle Beat,
Donkey Kong
um,
Country 3
Donkey Kong.
fans in like shambles because you didn't include that.
I know someone is gonna be so she's gonna be so mad at me. Donkey Kong Country Returns, Jungle Freeze, like literally none of those have fucking Mario in it. Donkey Kong Donkey Kong fans are not Mario fans and vice versa. I mean, rather you could be both, but like being one does not make you a fan of the other.
Mhm.
And then on top of that, it's like it's also not a it's not a it's not a DK game. It's got a lot of the personality of DK, but like it's missing a certain like je ne sais quoi. And it's
Mhm.
like I like that's really it's a little underwhelming. Like I don't think it's
Yeah.
bad, but it's very underwhelming. And it's like if that's the game for the 40th Mario anniversary, I would be upset because
To
otherwise it's wonder.
yeah, to correct back from my comedic overreaction, I think the game's fine. I
No, no,
think
yeah, yeah.
it is massively overrated.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But like, it's okay. I just something about it doesn't hit with me. I think that type of game works really well for a certain type of person. I was playing it and I'm like, I cannot imagine like binging this for like 10 hours at a time like I saw some people do.
Yeah,
Like
no.
there are people calling it the game of the year contender and I guess I could see how someone might think that, but I just don't.
I'm gonna be real. This is gonna be catty. I'm being catty. I know I'm being catty. So grain of salt, but it's really funny to watch people go. Video games are so needlessly like pretty. You know, there's too much like focus on graphical fidelity. What about like that's why I like Nintendo games because they're about substance. And then Nintendo puts out a fucking game that is so clearly just like a ripoff of another game, adds a couple very
Mhm.
like underwhelming mechanics to it, and then is largely just spectacle, largely just appearance, largely just polish without substance. And people are like, game of the year. Oh my
GC,
god.
GC.
It's
You're
like
getting
all they did was swap out the hairy middle-aged man with a hairy middle-aged
GC.
gorilla. And you were
GC.
like, great.
GC, you're getting ahead of ourselves. We're not talking about Pokemon Pokepia yet.
No! 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 Fortnite. Sorry.
That's Minecraft. You know that's Minecraft.
Yeah, that's fine. You know what's crazy? We'll get into
What?
Pokepia later, but like, did you notice that the opening shot of Pokepia has an awning? Like, there's like a cove in like the little bay area that
Mhm.
opens, and it's identical to the one in Dragon Quest Builders 2 in that first area.
That's so funny.
It's
Uh,
identical.
I will say I don't actually think Pokepia looks bad.
No, that looks cool as hell.
I was like, oh, Minecraft clone. All right, whatever. And then they did a cool thing where they zoom out a lot, and I'm like, that looks just like the old 8-bit or whatever bit Pokemon games.
You know what? You know
Oh,
what
that's
they're
what they're
doing?
doing. What?
You know what I got an impression of? Because you build a little town, so the game has more life sim elements. I was like, oh, am I gonna build a town that looks like the towns from like the mystery dungeon games?
Mhm.
Like, is that the aesthetic they're going for? Because that'd be dope.
I was thinking like it's probably gonna be like the roots of the old Pokemon games. Like
That'd be
that's kind of what
so cool.
you're building. Like you're building like whatever,
You're
like
building
Kanto or something.
zones.
That'd be neat.
Oh,
But
And then the
we're
humans come in and subjugate you.
and they
Damn.
colonize, yeah.
And then PETA's like, finally.
Well,
Sorry.
thank God.
A game
Show
that
those
does
animals what? Fucking kill them all.
Anyway,
sir,
so Mario.
you're you said the quiet part out loud.
We got a hot mic,
Oh,
hot
fuck,
mic, hot
fuck,
mic.
shit,
Shit, fuck, get this thing off me. Fuck,
yeah.
shit.
But I don't know. Like I honestly I like the Mario Tennis game is the only thing that looks like it had any amount of substance to it, and that is only because it has a fucking story mode again, like the Game Boy ones did. Besides that, it looks like Mario Tennis, and Mario Tennis is supposedly good. What I do is I would like.
It is. It's actually really fun.
Yeah.
But it's not. I don't know if it's like 40 hours fun, 20 hours,
No.
30 hours fun.
I
The Mario
hope
Golf
it's not
game
that
had its
long.
own campaign, and like by the time I got like three missions into that campaign, I was like, I'm fucking bored, dude.
I believe it. I do
Yeah.
not think I will be buying that. Just because like I don't think I'd get my money out of that.
Yeah.
I bought Kirby, and that game that like is really good and everyone likes, and I don't think it's bad. But I'm also just like, oh shit, am I actually gonna play this? Uh-oh.
It was part of my pre-order, but it's still sitting shrink wrapped on my table.
Oh God.
Yeah.
But well, I think the big thing of discussion there, and I don't want to take a lot of time on this only because I do not want this to be a 3-hour podcast.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of stuff to get through.
Sure.
The Mario Galaxy bundle is one of the most disgusting things I've seen Nintendo do in a really long time.
Gross.
And I say this as the Nintendo mark of our friend group. I buy it's well documented.
You are the Switch man.
I'm the Switch guy. I buy all my games on Switch. I buy almost every first party Nintendo game that's usually not Mario themed. I am in.
You bought Cyberpunk on Switch too.
I bought Cyberpunk on the Switch too.
Folks, Cullen has a PC that can run Cyberpunk perfectly fine. Like really well. Cullen bought Cyberpunk on Switch too.
Yeah. I bought it again on Switch too.
Yeah.
I started playing Star Wars Outlaws on Switch 2, and then I went, oh, I'd rather play that on here than on my PS5.
Yep.
That's that's how cooked I am. But I just like I genuinely I do not understand why they think it is appropriate to sell these games for $40 each and sell them bundled together for $70. I think it's very gross. And I sincerely really hope no one buys them.
I want them to fail.
I know the idea, like they're trying to say like, oh, we have new story stuff here. And like, I love Mario Galaxy. That is why this hurts. I have never played Mario Galaxy 2. I've always wanted to play Mario Galaxy 2. I'd love to play Mario Galaxy 2 on my Switch 2. I really like Mario Galaxy. That was one of my childhood Mario games. I remember like coming home after school one day, and it was one of the first times ever where I got home before my parents did because school let out early. So I have this like emotional like memory tied to this like, this fun little day. It was like during a holiday. It was raining outside. I had the rest of the weekend off. My parents weren't going to come home for ages. And they said, yeah, Colin, just, take care of yourself at home. Don't let anyone in and, you can play your games. It's fine. And I never got to play games on weekdays as a kid. And I boot up my Wii, I boot up Mario Galaxy, and I played that for like, it had to have been like 8 hours, just nonstop. And for a kid like me who was sheltered and didn't get to play games that often, like I have this really important memory of just playing Mario Galaxy and like loving Mario Galaxy. And I bought it when it came back in the 3D All-Stars collection. And just like seeing this, I do not understand how you think 2 Wii games could possibly be worth $40 each. It doesn't make sense to me.
It is so weird considering that those are Wii games, right?
Yep, they are Wii games.
Okay, so open secret that the Wii is just a stronger GameCube, right? Which is why it's backwards compatible with GameCube games. So ostensibly, what you're looking at is two GameCube 2 games being sold to you for $70 on a system that has a GameCube Classics option if you
Mhm.
pay online. Which is the part that gets me the most is that why isn't this part of some sort of like free promotion to celebrate the 40th anniversary? Or why is this not a budget release where each game is like $20? Which personally I think is still too much because those games are very old.
Mhm.
But in my head, I'm like, okay, you're re-releasing them.
I could justify 20.
I know how standard pricing goes. You're gonna justify it with like, oh, we're adding something and stuff like that. And it's like, for something that's supposed to be like a celebration and like a thank you to people for supporting for basically making you who you are, because it's the 40th of fucking Mario,
Mhm.
you sure as hell are not giving anybody that fucking supported you a goddamn break. like,
Yeah.
like, like none of the, like, this doesn't make sense to me as a consumer, and it doesn't make sense to me as like from a business perspective. It just feels like Nintendo is like self-aware at this point where they know the joke, which is, God damn it, Nintendo opens wallet. They can't keep doing this shit.
Yeah.
Pulls out $300. I'm so sick of their fucking bad business practices. Hands money to the cashier.
Mhm.
Like they know that now. They know that's the joke, but they like it. They're leaning into it. It's like, yeah, we know we can charge you stuff. We'll move on, but like this is very similar to the fact that the fucking amiibos that they announced are 30, 40, and $50. Like,
Ridiculous.
remember when amiibos were 13 fucking dollars?
Yeah.
Remember when you could buy and like the reason people liked them is because they were like
They
the
were cheap
molds
and
were
ugly.
they were cheap and ugly, but then they rebolded some of the first ones, but
Mhm.
kept the price the same. Where I think like they went from like 13 to $16 or some stupid shit like that. And then like people were like, oh, this is like cheaper than buying like other figures, right? Like these are actually really nice looking and like they have a practical purpose. And like at the time there wasn't like a lot of like, it wasn't like full ass DLC was locked behind amiibo shit. A lot of
Mhm.
amiibo function was very like you get rupees in in a Zelda game that doesn't care about rupees. Um and like that was cool. Like that was just like, it was nice to have. And now it's like, now it's a collector's item. Now it's something they can upcharge, and they know they can because they know people are going to want to buy them.
Mhm.
And it's like, I don't understand. I don't know what the business strategy is other than taking advantage of suckers.
Yeah. I let's see. Oh god, you know what's funny? I did the I went on the Japanese eShop just now. I
Yeah,
did the yen calculation. It's worth like $30 on the Japanese eShop.
of course.
Granted the yen's terrible, but I could justify $30 for Galaxy 2. I really am curious though, because they released a port of Super Mario Galaxy with the All Stars collection, which they stopped selling.
Yes,
I am pretty sure that
it's the
this
same
will
one.
it well phew, I am no, I imagine it'll be just different enough that it'll be like, oh no, see, but you have to buy
Yeah,
it separately.
yeah. The pedantic people will be like, no, but like you see, they added like a cutscene that's not voiced where Rosalina goes, "Fuck me, Mario, fuck
Wait, whoa,
me,"
whoa, 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 whoa,
and
wait,
that
wait.
makes the whole
Yeah,
difference.
hold on. Oh my god, my wallet. All right, wait. Does she get in the biker outfit?
I don't know.
Oh
I'd have to
fuck.
ask my
Oh,
sources.
I have COVID. Oh my god. I can't fucking see straight. Jesus, move out of the way, Mario. Boy, I'm about to get it.
Sorry,
I
Kazuma.
oh, Kaz isn't gonna listen this far,
Oh,
and
he'd probably laugh. He'd probably laugh. Oh no, he can't. He
yeah,
can't.
Kaz is
Laughing
dead.
would be bad for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if the Mario All Stars, like 3D All Stars collection has a resolution bump. I don't remember seeing anything about that, but I think, and they're not going to do it, but I think if they don't bump up the resolution of the game and that version to match whatever new version, because like
Yeah,
they said
yeah.
like, oh, this is gonna have Switch 2 improvements like 4K and stuff. If that's not a thing on the old one, like it's just gross.
Well,
It
that's exactly what I was going to say. If somebody tells you, "Oh yeah, but this one has like a better resolution and like whatever," I'd be like, "Okay, but why isn't my copy of the Legacy, the All Star Collection, getting an update so that I can do that with what I already have?
mhm.
Why am I buying Galaxy again for one tick up on the resolution chart? Seems
Yeah.
like bullshit to me." But
Um,
anyway,
but yeah. Uh, let us know
Mario
in
was a
the
big wet fart.
comments if they did the 4K or whatever, or made a
Yeah,
1080p docked.
let us
Like,
know if we were wrong.
yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
But like, I don't know. I still think like that's just not the move
No,
for
but
Galaxy
this is
2.
this is Nintendo. They've done this forever. And like the worst part is that their games are never going to go on sale.
No,
So if they don't sell now, they're not selling at all, and they're just going to hold out until people like finally
it's gonna
cave
go on
in.
sale in a couple years when you like don't need it anymore.
Sure, yeah.
Because it's very rare when they do go on sale, but it does happen like every once in a while. Um,
At the end
but
of fiscal year.
yeah. But like, and like, here's the thing. I bought the 3D All Stars collection for $60, and I thought that was a bit pricey, but ultimately worth it. So
Twenty
like,
twenty 20. Yeah.
yeah, like you know, like the fact that they went from selling me 3 games for
Mm-hmm.
$60 to 2 games for 70, and one of those games was a game I already bought in that collection is ridiculous.
For $20, proportionally speaking.
$20 per game went up
Now they
to,
want to charge you twice as much for the same game.
yeah. So I sincerely, like, if you want, like, I'm not gonna say boycott Nintendo, whatever. You're
uh,
an adult, use your own money.
do whatever the
If
fuck you
you
want.
do get Mario Galaxy 2, be smart. Get it on the Japanese eShop, save yourself $10 and get it for what it was worth.
Yeah.
Like $30 max. Do not spend $40 or $70 for this collection. Please, like, it's just not a good idea. Um, but anyway, let's get into some news.
Yes.
But wow, nothing on the Nintendo Switch game announcement segment. Wow, great. Anyway.
It's true.
If I
Tomodachi
skip
Life
any,
seems interesting, but I don't
yeah,
really care.
if I skip something that you think looks cool, just like, go off, go
We can
crazy on
read
it.
it. I can go down the list real quick. No, I don't care about Mortal Kombat. I don't care about
Well,
remake, intergrade.
I do a
A
little,
little bit. What's in it? Because I thought it was just like the original.
no, this is
Like,
the original.
oh,
it is
okay.
the PS5 version on Switch 2. And we were just talking about pricing. Fucking crazy Square Enix move. Let's see. I need to get it pulled up in front of me, but I saw a post on it earlier. Do you know how much they're charging for Intergrade on Switch 2?
Is it 50?
I can you like stall a little bit longer while I use this dog shit
Sure.
keyboard?
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my right time girl. I don't remember the words. Baby, my heart is on fire. Do do do
Okay.
do do do. Okay.
It is $40.
Wow, that's a good deal.
Yes.
That is
Um,
actually a good deal.
so they're doing it is called the limited early purchase edition. Where
Huh?
So yeah, the game is technically a $60 game. But they're like, "Hey, if you fucking if you want it early,
Okay.
you save $20." And they've done this like kind of deal before with like Rebirth, like where they just gave you remake if you pre-order Rebirth. Like stuff like that.
This is probably like to get people who haven't played it yet, because we're at that life cycle part of the game where
Mhm.
like most people who've played this.
As someone who has already played it, and I think a lot of people share my sentiment on this, who might want to replay, the fact that I can get the game for $20 cheaper, that is compelling to me.
That is a compelling thing. I would prefer it stay at 40,
Yes.
but I will give Square Enix the credit that their shit goes on sale
A lot.
a lot. Like they put their games on sale a lot. So like yeah, it'll go back up to 60, and then within 6 months it'll probably go back down to 40. Like,
Mm.
so if you're not sure, just hold out on FOMO. But if you know that you want to play it and you haven't played it yet, like, yeah, $40 is a pretty good deal.
What's really funny is I think what happens. Okay, yeah. So this is actually very cool. Um, by getting the limited like, purchase edition, it gives you the deluxe edition of the game, which includes the Switch port of Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, okay.
So you get the game,
And then you get the original.
you get the original, and you get like a bunch of other stuff with it as well.
That's
Like
cool.
digital art book, digital mini soundtrack, and you know what? That is a move out of desperation.
Sure.
But
I mean,
corporate
that's Square
desperation
Enix.
is very pro-consumer.
Square Enix operates on desperation, so it's fine.
And
Every move they've ever done after Final Fantasy has been desperation.
Yes. But like also I'll I'll give it to him as well, because like this port looks good. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
seen any like previews of it, but it's looking like a really good port of the game. Like, it's not
I'm
like
not
60
surprised.
FPS, but it's like close to PS5 fidelity, but running at 30 FPS.
I'm not surprised because Remake is a PS4 game, so
Well,
like,
it like kind of runs bad on Steam Deck. At least in my experience.
Well, no, if we're comparing Steam Deck, if I know how that per game performs on Steam Deck, and then I know the Switch 2 is better hardware, through whatever they did, or just like better stuff. Well, that's the thing, is like I keep seeing people being like, "How is it so much better?" And I'm like, guys, it's been a while since the fucking Steam Deck came out. Like, technology, like, we had some pretty big improvements in PC hardware and stuff. So,
Yeah.
but like, yeah, like if it runs better than it does on Steam Deck, that's perfectly fine for Switch 2.
But well,
That's
and it's not even every like Switch 2 to Steam Deck thing. Some of them just run bad. Like some of them don't got it.
yeah.
But I think that's actually that's exciting.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to that version of the game. January is a pretty good spot for that, I think. And they are already announced, along with this, Rebirth is coming to Switch 2, and the third game got announced for being multiplat.
Great. No
Yep.
exclusivity at launch. Great.
We need that desperation. We love it. We love it.
Oh my god, I'm so tired of that console exclusivity for fun. I feel like if you're part of like one of the largest IPs in the world, it just shouldn't be locked to consoles unless it's like strictly first party shit.
I think they did not like
I
they
don't think they
didn't
had the
know.
money.
Well, I think they took the deal at the time because they thought it
Yeah.
would just be able to be sustained on just just with Sony's money, and they realized you couldn't do that. Not because, and I don't even think this is because necessarily that like they they did anything wrong, because like fucking they have the numbers, they know how much like the platform split was for like earlier games, but like a lot of things changed from when Final Fantasy 15 came out and Final Fantasy Remake came out, like,
and those contracts were signed.
Yep, and gaming culture shifted a lot.
Yeah.
And so I think that Square Enix is now in a period of adjustment. And
again, they have always operated on desperation.
Yes. And put a pin in that. Do you have any notes on Hades 2? Any thoughts at all?
I need to confirm, is Hades 2 coming out on Switch, confirming that Hades 2 will finally be out of early access on that day?
Yes.
So that is the day. That's exciting. I have not touched Hades 2. I've done the same thing that I did with Hades 1, which is I'm waiting for the game to come out proper for 1.0. I'm excited, but that's because I really liked Hades 1. I never finished it.
Same.
I quote unquote finished it, but there's more after you
Of course, that game goes
finish
on
it.
longer.
Yeah. Um, and I'm excited. I've heard some things from people who've played it already about like how they characterize people in it. Um, I think I'll be okay with that. I would have preferred it to not be the way people are describing it, and if it's not that way, great. Um, but if it is, I'll live with it. I hear the gameplay is good. We'll find
Mhm.
out. I guess.
Yeah. Um, it is really funny. I'm already seeing people run some like what I think are false equivalencies between the situation of Hollow Knight dropping it out of nowhere with 2
Oh
weeks in
my god,
advance
this
and
is
Hades
not the
doing it,
same
and it's
fucking
like, oh
thing.
my god, to imply that like Hades is at the level of Hollow Knight is kind of
It's a fucking
insane.
game in early access that has been getting regular updates. All you have to do is pay attention to when they're announcing an update. What version number are they on? Oh, okay, we should be mindful of that. Like
Yeah.
this
Like,
is so different. This is so different.
and like Hades is popular, but I don't think that anyone is like, but
Hades is
also,
not the most anticipated, one of the most anticipated games of like the
yeah.
decade.
And like they didn't even they did not put their release date on every other indie game ever. Like fucking what's coming out on the 25th?
I don't fucking know. Like
Like
that's a very good point though. Like nobody knows.
Sonic maybe?
Like Hades is not coming out on top of a bunch of release. Like that's a really good point. I've been thinking of like we should talk about that next episode because right now we're
Mhm.
doing the direct. But like I've been thinking about that where it's like, oh, Team Cherry should have probably like communicated, behind the scenes with other indie studios, like, hey, this is the time our game is coming out. But you bring up a good point. They probably should have looked at what was coming out and gone, maybe we should push this a little bit so that all these games that are coming out all on the same fucking day, we don't have to we don't compete, and or we don't completely obliterate them, because technically we are in the indie scene. We are, our fan base, there's a lot of overlap
Yes.
with our audiences here, so we should be mindful of that.
Yes.
That's a very good point. I did not think of that.
Hades
Kudos.
2 is competing with Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, this is it's just not that. Like you're right. It's false equivalency. Like
Yeah.
this is not the same case. This is not
No.
the same situation.
And you
That's
know
people
what?
trying to sound smart.
And I say that as someone who was not happy with how the Silksong situation handled, and then started playing Silksong and likes it quite a lot.
Yeah.
So, fuck off.
I gotta
Let's
play it.
talk about. Do you have any thoughts about Hyrule Warriors? I'm excited. That's all I got.
It's one of those games that I saw they were gonna like. I saw and I noticed. Oh, they're gonna like tell you a bunch of stuff about the game, and I was like, nope. And I skipped it because I don't want to know. I'll buy it and I'll play it.
I looked down at my phone during that part, not because I was disinterested, but because I was like, I like Age of Calamity quite a lot.
I
will be
know that
buying
I'm
this.
going to buy the Dynasty Warriors game. I loved
Oh.
Hyrule Warriors. I know I'm gonna buy it.
I was like, oh, this game comes out in November. I like that a lot. Okay.
Yeah, I'm whatever.
They were
Like-
Nintendo was really cagey about like the release dates for their last 2 games of the year. And then like you find out it's like, oh no, they were gonna come out in November and December. Like the only 2 remaining months they could have come out. And I'm like, then why didn't you guys say that?
Just say it. I don't understand what the anticipation is. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe they weren't ready to give a release date. Like maybe development was like, it's
Oh,
like,
I'm
are
sure-
we confident or no or whatever?
I'm sure these games are gonna come out with a bit scuffed. Like I kind of like
I kind of will be really pissed if Age of Imprisonment runs like
poo-poo.
shit. Because
I'm-
all I want on a fucking Switch Muso game is that it runs good. That's
I mean,
it.
it's skipping ahead a bit, but are you looking forward to fucking Dynasty Warriors Origins on Switch 2?
I'm not buying it on the Switch too, but I am looking forward to the DLC.
I'm glad at least it came with the announcement that there will be DLC, which is
Yeah.
kind of neat.
Though I will say, Muso games on handheld go crazy.
Yeah, which is why I'm looking forward to playing this on my Switch 2.
Yeah,
I played Age of Calamity at 10 FPS, and I liked that game. So you know what? I think if you could give me like, if you can't do a stable 60, just give me a really good locked 30 and
Just give
don't
me a
make it
locked
look
30.
like fucking ass cheeks.
Just give me a lock 30 and like make sure there's more than 10 enemies on screen,
Mhm.
and that I'll
I
be
just want a
happy.
game that runs well and doesn't look like butt crack cheeks.
Yeah.
And I really hope that for a game that looks like an up-resed Age of Calamity, which is not a bad thing, you are able to do that. But we will see, because those guys at Koei Tecmo, they're funny guys.
They love making their games and pushing the brink to the brink of like this is gonna run like fucking dog water.
And
Like
they handed it into Nintendo, and they're like, "Cool, yeah. So when are you guys gonna do the optimization run?" And they're like, "Oh no, we went gold."
pew,
They're like,
like
"What?"
dust.
Nintendo's left like with the bag. It's just like, huh? The cops are coming. They're like, what?
But then like it makes a bunch of money and they're like, I guess it worked out.
They're like, oh, best in the business. No one does it like you guys.
Oh,
You
Koei
keep making
Tecmo.
us money. But yeah, let's
Unsung heroes.
talk about the one we actually care about. Do, 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 I went Halo for a second. Dragon Quest 7. So, okay. So you got spoiled on this. When you got spoiled on this initially, I imagine and I hope you just got the title.
Not even the title, sorry. It was just Dragon Quest 7
7
Remake?
Yeah. What in your mind's eye would you have expected for a Dragon Quest 7 remake?
I'm not even kidding.
Hmm?
I thought it was just going to be a port of the 3DS game.
That is a fair thing. With the current state of Dragon Quest before 9 a.m. today, if someone had told me there's going to be a Dragon Quest 7 remake, I would have thought one of two things. I would have been like, port of the 3DS version, or an HD 2D that's more faithful to the PS1 version.
Yes.
And we didn't get that. We got something very interesting and weird, and that I think is very fitting of the Reimagined title.
Yes.
We got a visually it looks lightly inspired by the general aesthetic of the 3DS version.
Yes.
But it is a completely different visual art style. And there was a video that came out after that basically said, we designed this, like our art style was based around dioramas.
Yeah. I'm so glad you brought that up, because I was going to bring it up if you didn't. They made real like dolls, like they made real like figures, and they posed them
in,
and then they scanned them in, and then that's what they used as reference to animate things. And that's why it's like modern stop motion, where it's like there's so many fucking frames to it. Like that's how they animated it, where like modern stop motion doesn't look like Nightmare Before Christmas. It's it looks like what was like one that they did was Kubo and the two strings, was that stop motion?
I think that was.
So like it's like that, where it's like there's so many fucking frames now, or like there's so much like slight adjustments, like they spend such a long time like getting like these very fine movements with it, that it almost looks like it was just animated. And it is animated in the case of Dragon Quest 7, but they're emulating that style of stop motion, and it looks really, really nice.
It's really funny, because when you do like the first shot of it, and one of the very first things you see is Kiefer's ugly mug on a pirate ship. I'm just like, people are gonna say the graphics are ugly because of that, and it's like, no, that's unfortunately Kiefer just looks like that.
Kiefer's just an ugly bastard.
Kiefer's
just the ugliest fucking kid you've ever seen.
And like, he's so ugly, he pulls your eyes away from every other part of the game that looks really nice. Yeah. Because when Kiefer's on screen, he's a fucking ugly creep.
Well, his fucking jaw takes up like 3/4 of the screen, so it makes sense.
So for those of you who are not aware of our opinions on this game or our history with Dragon Quest, we both like this game a good amount.
Yeah.
Funny enough,
I'm the Dragon Quest guy. There is no other.
Oh, okay.
Cullen's here too.
I'm here too, I guess.
Cullen's in the royal court.
We this was we did a
I'm the
stream of
king.
this, and that's how we met.
Oh yeah, that's right.
A stream of Dragon Quest 7.
You kids want to see a dead body.
I won't go into detail about that stream too much, but
we should tell that story someday though.
Someday.
That's a funny story.
But I bought this game on 3DS day one, like the day it came out, when that version, the old port happened. And that was my first time playing it. And I thought this game was slow, but I loved it. And as I've gotten older, the more I have grown to appreciate Dragon Quest 7.
Yeah.
I think it's weird that they're jumping ahead all the way to 7, but oh yeah, you really you needed to bring those later 3D games back.
If the project idea, like if the pitch meeting was you need to remake a Dragon Quest game because 3 did really well and 1 and 2 are probably going to do really well. 7 out of all the ones that they haven't remade or that they already have, because I think it was either it came down to 7 or 9. It comes down to 7 or 9.
Maybe 4 or 5.
Maybe 5, because 5 is also like just a really good game. And like if you told people, yeah, we're remaking 5 in the style of like 11 and what was the other one?
I were Square Enix, I would be in the pre-planning for a 4, 5, and like a series of 4, 5, and 6 HD 2D remakes.
I agree.
After 1, 2, and 3.
I disagree. I think 4 and 5 should look like. So here's okay. So just check this out, right? 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so the original 7 is the blueprint for the remakes of 4, 5, and 6 on DS.
Yes.
That's where that, because Heartbeat made 7, and then they did the PS1 remake for 4. Then
that's
they
what they
disappeared.
based the DS versions on.
And then they based and then Art Piazza, I believe, based the versions of 5 and 6 off of the PS1 remake of 4, which also got a DS port.
Yeah, it was the DS version of the PS1 version of 4. Because it was 4, 5, and then 6.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy to think about. With 4, you already have that template, and then they just did it again for 5 and 6, and those versions of the games look so good.
Yeah, and that's why I think you should do the same thing here. You should repeat that pattern. If Dragon Quest 7 does well, if Reimagined does well, you should redo 4, 5, and 6 in the style of 7, because all of those games would look fantastic in that art style, in that art direction, I believe. And in the we've seen some shots of like in-game stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly when I think of like a remake for like a 2D Dragon Quest game, a 2D/3D like those DS games. When I think of remakes for those, or like for 7, I don't think of the 3DS remake of 7, because that was very clearly made for like a handheld. Yeah. Like that is a 3DS game. You know what I mean when I say that's a 3DS game.
Of course.
Like when I imagine remakes of 4, 5, and 6, I'm like, it should look like what Reimagined looks like. That's what you should do. That looks really good. That looks really nice. That's a perfect combination of like your more like your what 11 looks like, but like it retains a lot of the identity of like the previous games.
Yeah.
And I really, really like it.
Like there are parts of the trailer, I think, that have really weird looking lighting. But have you seen the interview between like Hori and Ichikawa?
I didn't look at any of the other supplemental stuff. I got to go back and do that later.
It looks really good.
Yeah.
From pure like visual standpoint, Yuji Hoari's looking old, man.
Oh, he's I'm telling you this right now.
I don't think he's making out of the 2020s.
I don't say this to be like,
no, not rudely.
Because there's people out there where like when you say this, like, don't say that, because they think you're like you're manifesting it.
No, it's worry.
Dragon Quest 12 is his last game.
Yes.
Dragon Quest 12 is Yuji Hoari's last game. I would be shocked if he makes it to another mainline game. Maybe a spin-off on his deathbed, but otherwise, yeah, no.
It's not like we're trying to be mean. it's like, oh, Papa.
He probably knows it. He probably
Yeah.
knows. He's old and he seems to be very in tune with himself. So,
But you know what though? It is so nice to see him like up there with holding the slime, smiling and just still just like, I make Dragon Quest. And we're like, yes, Papa, we love you.
yeah,
I'm glad he's
that
involved
fucking
with this.
lazy smile that he has.
It is like genuinely impressive though that he has been involved with like every game in this franchise, especially in like the modern era where we're past the 2010s and now we have like multiple Dragon Quest games every year.
Yeah, I mean, he does it for the passion.
Oh yeah.
That guy. I don't think there's like a fucking. I don't think there's a bone in that guy's body that cares about money. I mean, it's very easy when you have the amount of money he has.
When
but,
he's the guy,
yeah.
he's the Dragon Quest guy. He's got so much
but
money.
like usually when like someone very creative becomes successful like that, they just churn out garbage. And like I am very happy to say that Dragon Quest's writing,
it's only gotten in the mainline games that has only gotten better.
Arguably, his best work is his most recent.
Yes. I almost complimented the writing of Dragon Quest Monsters Dark Prince, and I really apologize to anyone who's listening who would be afraid that I would do that.
I don't blame him for that one or Treasures. Or I don't blame him for Treasures either. I think we've talked about it. Those two games should have been one game, and something happened in production that fucked everything up. I don't blame him for those.
But oh my god, I cannot wait to play this on my Switch. I can't wait to play this on my fucking Switch. It's gonna be so good.
I'm probably buying it multiple times because I want a Switch 2 copy. No, because it's a game key card.
It's a game key card, unfortunately.
I'm gonna buy it for my PS5. Finally, a second game for my PS5.
Yeah, wow.
And then I only have one PS5 game, and it's Final Fantasy 16.
Damn.
So one more game for my PS5, one more game for the Steam library. Let's go.
I'm gonna try to review this, so I'll probably get like if I'm lucky, a digital code for the Switch 2, and then from there, I'll probably buy a physical. Maybe I'll buy a Switch 1 physical because I think playing this on Switch 1 might be charming in the way it like, despite the simplistic visuals, it might just like die.
You and I should play it together. Not at the same time. I mean, like we should DM each other while we're playing.
Oh yeah. Well, unless I get it early.
Oh yeah, you could get it early. In that case, don't tell me anything.
Of course. I am actually, we haven't signed anything yet, so it's fine to say. I am planned to review 1 and 2 for our PG site, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Excellent.
Because I liked 3 a lot. But as excited as we are for this, I saw some things to be worried about. Did you see the same things?
I was overall positive, but my internet buddy Parker Simmons brought this up to me, and he was like, "Hey, this is really exciting, but I'm worried about the exploration stuff and the progression of the story in this because they're saying that they're truncating story beats.
They are cutting some things. They are being vague about it. And they are mentioning like they're streamlining the story, I think is the word that they use.
Yes.
And I don't know if I like that. I think the average person will like that. I don't know that as a Dragon Quest VII fan, I enjoy the idea of this not being this like really long and slow game. Because that's the kind of the part I like about it, is that it really feels like a massive storybook. Like it's like a big tome of stories to read through.
That's very true. It is. I described Dragon Quest VII as somebody on Blue Sky earlier as it is Yuji Horii experimenting with how he writes vignettes. It is a collection of short stories. It is his workshop. That game is a writer's workshop.
This game completely altered Dragon Quest storytelling forever after.
I think so.
It is a crucial part of how Dragon Quest writing works. And my worry is it might streamline too much. I
Yeah.
already did not really like how the 3DS remake kind of cuts a lot of the like slower puzzly bits of the
Mhm.
original game, but I still think the game being so long and containing still basically the same plot was ultimately like, it was good. Um they said that some of the things they're cutting from the main story is being moved to side content. And I hope at the very least most of the content of the original game will be there in some fashion, if even if it's like optional only.
What I think that could mean, hopefully, is that you don't need all the tablets to beat the game.
I think I will go out of my way to try to do every single thing in this game
Sure,
anyway.
sure.
But it is unfortunate that we have another kind of remake thing that is like probably going to just be mired by some kind of controversy for people being like, "Oh, well, it's not the definitive edition. It's not this or that." And I
Ugh.
think it is smart though that they're calling this a reimagining. And I genuinely hope though that with this reimagine that they want to do here, that they actually try to be additive instead of just take things away. And then like cuz they said there's going to be new episodes, I think they said as well. And it's like, "Okay, that's fine." Just, you know, I want when I purchase Dragon Quest 7 Reimagined, I want a big, fat, meaty, girthy
Mhm.
RPG.
Mhm. I want and this is the thing that this is the reason why I'm not too worried, because when I hear, "Oh, we're trimming Dragon Quest 7 down," I'm like, "Oh, great, so you're gonna take 20 hours off of my 140-hour RPG." Okay, like, that's fine. But on top of that, like we were saying, like, Yuji Horii, this changed the way he wrote these games. But if you look at the vignettes in Dragon Quest 7, and there's a lot of them, folks, there's a lot of them. Like every island is like a separate story, basically. And there are thousands and thousands of islands, not thousands. There's a lot. There's a lot of places you go to in this game. And there are you do, for people that don't know, it's 7 is a time travel story.
Oh, it's one of the
Uh,
best ones too.
and it's a really
Oh
good
my
time travel
god.
story because it's not like a time travel story about you. It's a time travel story about the butterfly effect and like
Mhm.
you doing things for the world.
Yeah, I just realized we have to any listener who's not familiar with Dragon Quest, we have not explained anything about Dragon Quest 7.
Yeah. So Dragon
Oops.
Quest 7 is a time travel story where I'll give you the rundown. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the beginning of the game is you live in a world where there's one island and an
Mhm.
endless ocean.
Yep,
And you and your friend Kiefer, who is the prince
of
of
the
the
island.
kingdom that exists on the island, um, he he gets in trouble a lot with his dad,
He's a little stinker.
and yeah, and you are desperate to go fishing with your dad because your dad runs a fishing boat, and you want to go on the trips with him because he fishes for the kingdom. Like he's a business guy, but he's like a commercial fisherman basically. And like to be a fisherman in your village is like a rite of passage. And he keeps saying, "No, you're too young, you're too weak, you're not ready, whatever." So you and Kiefer, so you have this fascination with the ocean. Your player character has a fascination with going out into the ocean, and Kiefer uh, hates being stuck in one place for too long. So both of you have gained this sort of like romanced idea of the world around you, and despite everybody else insisting that there is only one landmass in the world, it's just us on this island. That's it. There's nothing else out there.
Mhm.
Okay. You and Kiefer believe that there's gotta be something else.
Yeah.
Like it can't just be this. Um, and eventually you do figure out that you in the past there used to be more places.
There used to be a
Um,
world.
but something happened. And through time travel, you go to the past, you solve a problem that prevents those places from disappearing, and slowly you restore the present into like a full world.
So islands are reemerging. Like
Yes.
if you want to be a dick about it, like, yeah, like, it's like, oh, how did the islands just come back and people don't know they, oh, it's
Magic.
like, don't
It's
even worry
magic
about it.
time travel.
Don't
It's
even
not
worry. Yeah.
science time travel. It's
Yep.
magic time
It
travel.
is fantasy magic time travel. Don't even worry about it. Islands are coming back and they've always been lived on, but people in your island don't know. It's fine.
It's
Do
fine.
not
It's
worry
magic.
about
You've been
that.
protected by magic. The people on your island are protected by magic. It's magic. Don't worry about it.
It's
The
magic.
goddess did it.
But like, so every island though is a isolated story, and those stories do interact with other islands, of course. But you always get a little vignette of
but
a
you have
little
a vignette
story.
in the past and you have a vignette in the present is the important thing I wanted to remind you of.
And it's always really fascinating because it's not always as straightforward as, oh, this island was going to disappear. You bring it back and everyone's happy. Sometimes it's not like that.
Sometimes shit sucks.
And like, it's really fascinating because the way it works is you only get to see the, like, how do I describe this? You only get to see up to the point in the past where things might get better. And then you get to see things in the present. So it's always so fascinating to solve one of these little, like, you know, past sections and then go fly to it or like, boat to it in the present and just have no idea what to expect. And like, there's always little hints on how like this island could grow from there, but you never really know. And it makes to this really satisfying gameplay progression.
It is a saga.
Yes. Especially in the ways in which it asks you to say, this is your world. We're not going to tell you how to like progress. We're not going to have a little guy on your shoulder to be like, hey, I think you should go here and follow this marker on your map and, you know, get the thing and then do the. It is so often happy to just leave you to your own devices and roam the world, figure things out, find new tablets to go to new islands in the past. Just use your brain and explore and really immerse yourself in this world.
It is one of the most hands-off Dragon Quests, period, and probably one of the more hands-off RPGs out there.
And it's great.
Yeah. And like the thing about, but I will say, I'll be honest, the vignettes are an experiment, right? And that means that there's a lot of really good vignettes in Dragon Quest VII. And I agree, the game should be long. That is a game that was written to be the length that it was. I'm not going to deny that. I do think there are maybe, because I'm trying to think back to all the vignettes in the game, and I'm like, there's maybe one or two vignettes where I'm like, this one sucked. And like, I get it. Like, it's like, well, you know, but that's the original, whatever. But it's like, it's not sucked as in like, oh, this is like, oh, it's not interesting, or, oh, I don't like the gimmick. It's literally like, there are certain vignettes that are very generic fantasy sometimes in 7, just a couple. Like they're seriously,
that's not a perfect game.
Like when I say it's like 1 or 2, I literally mean 1 or 2 out of like 30, you know? And if you're going to trim those down, that's fine. I think also one thing that they might do that I think would be cool to see if they can get it right. And if Hori's writing this one, I'm like, okay, like I have faith in you. Especially because you're working on your own work. And Hori has never done me wrong, like straight up, except for Dragon Quest 6.
But those are
Chrono Trigger leftovers. It's like he made a much better game in the same span of time. And it's like he might combine the vignettes. So like one thing about the vignettes that stands out in Dragon Quest 7 is that a lot of vignettes, some vignettes are literally like you're on a very small island, and the vignettes involve straight up like 1 or 2 people. And it's just a very personal story and it works really well, but it's, and sometimes that isolation is really good for what it's doing. But sometimes it's like, you know what? This town over here is kind of empty. You know?
Yeah.
This town over here is like I know what the vignette's doing, but like, honestly, it feels like it's missing something. And it's like, if you're going to take a vignette that's like kind of weak and put it with another vignette that's kind of weak to make a better vignette, and you're essentially keeping everything in, but you're just sort of like recontextualizing things to interact more, I'm okay with that. But I am concerned about cutting down on the progression of the story just a little bit, because you're already doing all this quality of life stuff that's going to speed up the game. So enemies on screen already going to be way faster. Random encounters slow games down by a lot. So enemies on screen, that's going to change everything.
Also,
Uh,
the way you interact with enemies on screen and the way like the battles work, it feels very Dragon Quest 11, which is
yes,
exciting.
yes, and then clearing out weaker monsters once you outlevel an area as you walk by them, also going to speed up things tremendously.
Also, it
Um,
looks like the job system got streamlined and you can multi-class now.
yes, I speculated that without watching the fucking follow-up video, so I looked like a massive idiot on Blue Sky where I was like scouring the trailers like, "Oh, they're doing dual classes probably." And then like right above my post after I did that, somebody was like, "Hey guys, they put out a video where they're talking about dual classes." And I was like, "Shit, I wasted my life." Anyway,
Yeah, I
um
don't mind if some of the gameplay bloat, I guess, is trimmed. I,
that's what I mean. It's like you're already streamlining so much, so I feel like cutting down on the story would be overkill, especially cuz
Mhm.
like those story vignettes are really good.
I I really hope progression is not so streamlined that you're just going from marker to marker to marker to marker to marker to marker though. I loved how Dragon Quest 3 handled it, where they were like, "Hey, we're gonna let you use an objective marker if you want,
Turn that shit off.
but you can turn that shit off and you just get Dragon Quest." And I go,
Yeah.
"Yes, that is what I want. I'm turning that off." And they go, "We're glad you did that.
That's what I
Enjoy your
want.
game."
Um and then oh fuck, there was something
Sorry, I didn't mean
important.
to derail you.
No, you didn't. We're having conversation.
Yeah.
Um what the
I
hell
mean, like
was it?
it looks good. Like it looks really good.
It looks terrific.
I'm really excited for it, but I am a bit cautious at the same time.
No,
Um,
I would say I'm overly confident almost. Like I
okay.
think I'm actually like I am not that concerned. Um I've never been concerned about when Dragon Quest has like stated, "Oh, we're doing this.
Mhm.
We're gonna do," like every time normally when somebody's like remaking something like, "Oh, we're gonna change this," I'm scared because traditionally auteurs, quote unquote auteurs, or like game dev leads that are really well known, or people that get handed a license and want to make a big impression because they're not known for anything. They love to make big sweeping changes. They
Mhm.
love doing that. I have never. It's that idea is just antithetical to what Dragon Quest is.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest, even when they've remade Dragon Quests in the past, they've never endeavored to like fundamentally alter things. Yuji Horii is like very, very, very stubborn about that stuff to his own admission, where he says, "Yeah, I need when people want to change something like a lot, they need to convince me that the players will like what they want to do more, and then you need like five people to like agree before I'll even listen to it." He's not precious, but he's very hesitant, very apprehensive to make big sweeping changes to things. Um and that's to his credit for his consistency. And
Yeah.
like I'm not concerned. I'm not. I would be shocked if I end up being disappointed by the way they do things. Um
Well, you
I
know what's
think
great?
yeah.
We only have to wait 5 months.
I know. I know. This guy, this fucking old bastard is fucking working on 4 different fucking Dragon Quest games.
It's crazy.
What the and I know people think, oh, 3, 1, and 2 are remakes. Yeah, but those fucking games have like entirely new pieces of writing. Like, have you seen what 3, 1, and 2 look like in their original you couldn't fucking write shit. They
Yeah.
had so much limitation in their text boxes now and memory usage. Now, like he rewrote 1, 2, and 3. He's probably rewriting 7 because 7 was a whole. That's the other thing about the game being shorter is I want people to remember that like Seven's production was a fucking mess, and
Yeah.
like it is well possible that a lot of what Hori wrote are just very rough ideas that he never refined. So when he says when they say, oh, it's gonna be shorter, or like we're working on like streamlining some of it, it could just be him going, yeah, I a lot of these were literally rough drafts that I didn't like go back and refine and proofread for redundancies, or like, uh, like padding, because yeah, 7, I'm sorry everybody, but 7 does have padding. Like it's a game that needs to be as long as it is, but like there's plenty of moments in that game where it's like, I get it. Let's go. Let's move on. Fatal Frame
Uh,
2.
well, you know what? I kind of feel bad at talking about this one without cause here, so it might just be best to wait.
Sure.
I will say though, one of my favorite announcements of the entire direct. Uh,
That was a shocker.
I granted, I think because I was talking to my girlfriend about the direct, she had a very good point that this entire direct was basically remakes and re-releases,
She's right.
and she's right.
She's right. She's very
She's
right.
absolutely right. Having said that, that remake looks so good, and I was looking at it and I was remembering how I was playing it on PS2, and I tried the Wii version. I thought it was fine, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna wait and I'm gonna play that on my Switch too. I think I'm just gonna get it on my Switch too, and then it'll be that.
But aren't you excited for Suika Game Planet?
Aren't you excited for um Nintendo Today app update, new Kirby theme, and more updates?
No. Aren't you excited to have a migraine playing Virtual Boy games on your Switch too?
Do you know the fun thing about that? Everyone was like, "Wow, $100? That's ridiculous." It's basically only $100 in America. Trump take Virtual Boy. um, Pokopia. I honestly have less to talk about this one than I thought. It looks
Pokopia,
cute.
it's a dragon. It's the successor to it's Dragon Quest Builders, but Pokemon.
Yep,
It's made by the Dragon Quest Builders guy.
that is.
So it's Koei Tecmo and Omega Force.
Yeah.
Here's the history. Dragon Quest Builders 1 made in-house at Square Enix by a guy named Kazuki. No, I forget his name. He did Dragon Quest Builders 1. Dragon Quest Builders 1, great game, a little stilted, whatever. Dragon Quest Builders 2 was not made in-house entirely. It was co-developed between him, his team, the creative business unit, one of those that Square Enix has, and Omega Force and Koei Tecmo. With a guy whose last name is Edogawa.
Mm-hmm.
Edogawa, and I'm assuming Edogawa is working on Pokopia because Pokopia is being developed by Koei Tecmo. And it's I mean, look at it. It's a builder's game. So like it's like it's very likely that it's him. The guy that worked at Square Enix left. So it's just one side of the team that developed Dragon Quest Builders 2, but if my intuition is correct, the best parts of Dragon Quest Builders 2 are because of Koei Tecmo. So like if you compare 1 to 2, it's like 2 has personality, it has like way more interesting mechanics at play, and that seems to be the case with Pokopia, where it's like, oh, we're actually using the license way more aggressively and like we're being more creative with it. And that is Omega Force's bread and butter. Like they take an existing license and they reinterpret things about that license or things from those games that have that license into new ideas and features and premises for games that are really, really cool. They do it with Builders, they do it with the Warriors games. Like that game's going to be super cool, and it's more focused on life sim elements than Builders was, and that part is really interesting to me because I love the idea of like a Pokemon Animal Crossing crafting building kind of game. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it looks fun.
Yeah.
ZA, I think the game looks really good. You had a very good point though. Not to chuck all these at you, but like I'm not as invested in Pokemon. Yeah. Besides, I play the game and I play the single player and I have fun and then I go, yay.
I am a big Pokemon fan. Started with Gen 1. My favorite is Gen 2. A lot of people will be like, well, then you have bad opinions. Fuck off. You suck. I like Gen 3. I played Gen 4. I started Black and White. Never finished it because I lost my cartridge, which I found after I moved. Played through X and Y. Beat that. Played Sword and Shield. Skipped Sun and Moon because the start of Sun and Moon is like really slow, and I was a grown-ass man and I was being talked to like a 5-year-old. Even though that game I hear is like excellent. Played the Coliseum games. I played the Stadium games. I played Mystery Dungeon. I've done all the Pokemon shit. I got a Rowlet staring at me right now. Pokemon ZA, I haven't looked at a whole lot. I saw a couple things when they announced it, and I was like, I'm gonna buy that. I liked
Yeah.
Arceus. I beat Arceus earlier this year.
Arceus is my favorite Pokemon game.
It's great. Again, Koei Tecmo, I believe that's Koei Tecmo, taking existing mechanics from the IP they're working on and going, what if we did this with it? And like arguably making one of the best Pokemon games ever, and making fucking eating Game Freak's lunch. Cause like, holy shit, strong quick skills, catching Pokemon without having to battle them, fucking being able to make items with stuff that I find in the overworld, being able to use my Pokemon like in a weird action sort of exploration thing that works better than navigating a fucking menu. Like just Arceus just is a fantastic. If you haven't played Arceus yet, please do. The game does not look pretty. It's an ugly ass game. I'll tell you straight up.
I think it looks nice. I think the art style carries a lot, and especially if you play it on Switch 2, I would not call it an ugly game. I think it looks pretty. I think Arceus is the best looking modern Pokemon game.
That is correct, but the bar is very low.
Yes.
Arceus is great. So I saw ZA announced, and I looked at some things, and I was like, that looks really nice by comparison to Arceus. ZA looks fucking great. That looks great. Gonna play it. So excited. Great. Awesome. My problem with ZA is that of course, I'm assuming this was a Nintendo thing, but the Pokemon company just as an entity is really scummy a lot of the times as well. Depends on what department of the Pokemon company we're focused on. They are charging, what was it? Yeah. So it's a $70 game. That's fine. I'll live with it.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite, but
yeah. Granted, like, you know, I'm sure like a lot of people probably just assume they slapped it like the Switch game into a Switch 2 and then cranked some settings and it's like, it runs better. I'm sure there was more work put into it to get that game running and looking good on the Switch 2. And personally, I'm okay with that kind of $10 upgrade from like one console to the other. Like 10 is about the most I'm willing to spend on stuff like this.
I am not happy paying $70 for a fucking video game. I am not happy about the upgrade, but I have made my peace with it at the moment. That being said,
you should get it on the Japanese eShop.
Yeah, I know.
I keep preaching.
You better be careful, because like I think if enough people start doing that shit, Nintendo's gonna start banning accounts.
You should not get it on the Japanese eShop.
Yeah, I do not put it past Nintendo to start banning people from the eShop if they're buying Japanese copies of games in the West, especially when Nintendo's very deliberately trying to make big money off of you.
If they didn't want me to do it, they wouldn't put English in the Japanese version of the game.
That is true. So anyway, the problem with ZA the problem that I have is that the Direct made ZA look really good, and it does look good. It looks like a great game. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to play it. But Nintendo left out the part where not only is there DLC coming out in February for ZA, a game that does not come out until next month, not only have they made it so that if you transfer Pokemon to ZA, you cannot take them out of that game. They are permanently locked there. The DLC for the game that has not come out yet, that very obviously that DLC could come out fucking tomorrow. I'm so sorry. Like, I know people are gonna be like, you don't know how the game industry works, and like, you can't say that, you don't know the truth. I guarantee you that fucking DLC could come out packaged with the fucking base game next month. Like, I guarantee you that's something they could 100% do.
Yeah, most likely. I honestly didn't care enough to look at the DLC because I probably won't buy it. But like, yeah, I'm sure.
Like, come the fuck on. I'm not treating every single fucking game company out there like they're little puppies that I have to nurture and feed in order for them to grow big and strong. Nintendo's a fucking Great Dane, and it's shredded as fuck. Like, I'm not looking at that guy going, oh, he needs the extra time, and like, oh, clearly they're just announcing it as goodwill. Fuck you. Sorry, I'm heated. It's
Your
$30.
issue is, well, besides the $30, which is ridiculous. Your issue though is that
It wasn't part of the direct. That information was not part of the
yes.
direct. And yeah.
And also just the idea that you can't bring your Pokemon out of ZA.
Yeah. I want to make it clear, neither Cullen nor I are Pokemon players that do that.
It's like, it's funny. Like, I feel literally nothing about that news. Mostly because like I have never brought Pokemon from one game to the next. Like
I did it from Gen 1 to Gen 2, and then I never used them.
I think I might have like tried when I was a kid from like Gen 3 to 4. And then I was like, oh, now I've got this strong guy that just kills everything.
Yeah, it just kind of trivialized the game. And like, I know there's people out there that's like, oh, I got my team and I use my team throughout all the games. And I'm like, yeah, but they're all maxed out by now, right?
The journey is what I'm in it for. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
People are mad.
People are mad because of that thing being in place. And it's like, I understand why they would do that. You are converting the Pokemon into a game that has very different mechanics.
And is a completely different balancing. Like,
yeah,
that's the one. And funny enough, something like that actually excited me because I'm like, oh, good. They're not balancing behind the really bad multiplayer, the competitive multiplayer. That sucks. It makes the game boring. Whoa.
Well, like that competitive multiplayer that makes the game boring is the same.
I'm a hater. It's
the same fucking shit that makes the base game, the single player game, fun. So
yeah, exactly. Well, that's why I'm like, so I get it. I wish you could at the very least, like, and I guess we don't know how it works yet. I hope you can. Your transfer to ZA is not a one-way transfer.
It is.
Why?
That's the point I was making. Is when you transfer a Pokemon to ZA, it cannot be taken out of ZA.
Why not just make it a copy?
Because then you would have a copy of a Pokemon, and you can't be duping Pokemon.
Yeah, I guess.
Because that would be cheating.
Well, no, I meant like, okay, so you copy the Pokemon over to ZA and then it doesn't move. Like you can't send it back and just have a bunch of Pokemon.
No, that would be cheating. That would be duping Pokemon. Here at the Pokemon Company, we don't endorse cheating.
All right.
But there's no multiplayer. But like I can't. But if I dupe a Pokemon, what is ostensibly the difference if I just transfer the Pokemon back? Well, you can't do that in ZA. Okay, but like that's an inconvenience. Why don't you just let me dupe I mean, it's the same Pokemon. Like I'm not cheating stats. Look, I'm just but then you can Wonder Trade. But there's no Wonder Trade in RC in ZA.
This game better suck me from the back like I'm hoping it will, so I don't have to hear people talk about, and these are valid
I know
complaints.
People that have pre-ordered. I know people that pre-ordered the base game and the DLC already. Like literally when it got announced, they were like, "Yep, got it done."
I think
my money. I'm done.
The only reason I didn't pre-order yet is just because like I'm deciding how I want to get it. And I'm probably gonna get it on the Japanese shop.
I want to tell people like, I'm probably gonna buy the DLC. I'll tell you that, but I'm not buying it.
I might wait for like reports about it.
I'm gonna buy it when it comes out and when I'm interested, when I'm playing that game again. Because between here and February, I'm probably gonna play that game, finish the base game, and then forget about it. And then the DLC is gonna come out. I'm gonna be like, I'm not in the mood for that right now. But the point is not that. The point is you get costumes if you buy it now for the base game. And then the story content for that DLC unlocks later. So you buy the DLC now to get DLC items for the base game. Hey, let me ask you a question, bud. When you pre-ordered games back in the day, what would you get as a thank you for pre-ordering the game?
A big kiss.
A fucking costume. Okay? You used to get that shit for free. Yeah. Okay, now the norm is you buy a digital deluxe edition that gives you a fucking costume that I know none of you are ever gonna fucking use.
Well, and let's be honest with this one, those costumes are fucking ugly.
Yeah, none of you are gonna fucking use no one ever uses the fucking digital deluxe edition costumes. No one ever uses the pre-order costumes. You want to know why? I know why, because it happens to me. It's that's like for like the end, because then the cutscenes are gonna look weird because like he's gonna be wearing like a
Exactly.
thing and it's going to be out of place, or so you're never going to fucking use it. So there's no point buying it. But if you pre-order the fucking DLC, you're not listen, if you buy Pokemon ZA and you buy if you pre-order both of those, you are not spending $70 and then $30. You are telling Nintendo that you would pay $100 for a fucking video game. That is what that is. That is the total transaction they are making at the launch of Pokemon Legends ZA. They are not making $70 now and $30 later. They are making $100 right now. And again, that fucking DLC could have been part of the game. So what you are telling Nintendo is that this amount of game and the amount of game you're promising me in February, I would pay $100 for all of that together. Okay? So remember that, because when Nintendo starts charging you more money for a fucking video game and you get pissed off, I'm going to point at when you spent $100 on Pokemon ZA all at once, and I'm going to go, that's the reason they think you're a sucker, because you proved it to them when you spent $100 on Pokemon ZA.
Mm-hmm.
Remember
Having
that.
said that, and you're right, everything you said is right. It is kind of really awesome that it looks like we're getting two very cool monster battling, collecting sims in October. And if you buy just the base game, you'll be very content and happy, because I'm sure the base games will be enough without the tacked on weird DLC crap that you probably don't need.
I guarantee you that DLC is going to be just like, oh, remember that like side character? Wow.
Well, it's like it gives you like Pokemon or something. It's like mega evolutions for some extra. Yeah, it's like I don't know if there's gonna be more to it.
Pokemon fans, please stop fucking falling for the carrot at the end of the stick. Like, who cares if you get a new Pokemon design?
I will bet money that the Digimon DLC will be more worth it.
Yeah. I'm so tired of fucking Pokemon fans being like, you got to put every Pokemon in the game. Oh, but you got to give me like new Pokemon designs every game too. It's like, man, can you just like chill the fuck out and like focus on what's more important? Cause like, I hate how modern Pokemon fans treat Pokemon games like gacha mobile games, gacha games. Like, I hate the fact that like Pokemon has turned into a PNG collector, when the point of a creature collector is that you collect creatures to do thing.
Mm-hmm.
You like, yes, the slogan is gotta catch them all, but that was the slogan when there was like 150 of them.
Yeah.
There's 700 of them now.
It's
gotta catch them all just isn't the thing anymore.
It's always really funny when people go like get really serious and they're like, when I was a child and I had a Game Boy, Nintendo served me a lie and said, gotta catch them all. But now I'm not allowed to, as a 40-year-old man who makes videos on the internet.
Listen,
you're stealing my childhood, Nintendo.
Gotta catch them all was a marketing slogan.
Yeah.
It is not the fucking point of the game. If catching Pokemon was the point of the game, there wouldn't be gyms, there wouldn't be a fighting system, there wouldn't be cities to go to, there wouldn't be a story, there wouldn't be an Elite Four, there wouldn't be a battle tower, there wouldn't be a victory road. None of that would exist.
Now, I don't want to be my one's better than your one in the battle of the franchises. No. I do respect, though, how, like, Digimon fans, maybe because they're just a lot more hungry, like, you know, the new Digimon game does not have everything in it, but the joy of people going, oh, my Blorbo made it in. Yay, that's so awesome. Instead of being like, oh, you don't have all of them in this one?
Dick Stinkmon isn't in the fucking Time Stranger game? This is bullshit.
It's fucking stupid.
Where the fuck is Armpit Fishmon?
By the way, you gotta play that demo. The demo's good as fuck.
I gotta beat Hacker's Memory first.
Sure.
I'm in the middle of playing it, that's why.
Fair.
Because if I play that demo and it's like really good, I'm gonna go back to Hacker's Memory and go, what the fuck is this garbage? I'm gonna be pissed.
That demo is really good. But it's probably worth to wait anyway, because the demo is a bit short and it ends very abruptly when you're at the peak of Digimon, yeah.
That's when
I can't wait. Oh.
That's when you do it.
they blue balls you really hard. But it's
Also,
not.
just like
Hmm?
Digimon's cooler because the fact that not every Digimon gets into every game means that you get like a rotating cast that you can learn to appreciate. So it's like I don't use the same fucking 6 Pokemon every fucking game because like they focus on like whatever. Actually, Digimon has that problem a little bit where it's like, oh, my favorites are always in the game, so like I always end up using those, and then I get bored. Like whatever, whatever. I don't want to get into it. I
Yeah.
I could chew off the head of so many Pokemon fans. God
Mm-hmm.
damn it. God damn it. Sorry.
No, you're good. Get it out.
No, I'm done. Let's talk
Um.
about despair.
Oh God. So Danganronpa 2 is getting a remake. The roller coaster of emotions I had with this was so funny. I was like, oh, Danganronpa 2's all right. Yeah, okay. Wait, what? What do you what do you mean? Huh?
Bum bum
A
bum
new
bum bum
campaign?
bum 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 bum.
That and the it's as long as the original game?
Here he
Well,
comes.
okay, you know what? No, but like I don't need some other like random Spike Chunsoft guy to come in and write a bunch of bullshit about like some fan fiction for Danganronpa 2.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Uh
please
what?
welcome to the
Huh?
stage
Huh? Oh!
Kodaka.
And he fucking like dude just he
That's the
does
wrong
the
song.
I don't know. He does the
like
wrestling pin on me and he fucking kills me immediately and I die. No, it's like is all I wanted. Like it's so funny finding out that Tokyo Games is back on the new story for Danganronpa 2, which is a completely different it's like basically they're saying so we have the entire original Danganronpa 2 here and it's being remade and it looks pretty all right. I think it looks good. There's some charm in that original aesthetic, but like this it looks good. It looks cool.
Mhm, mhm.
Doing that, then saying we are making a alternate universe campaign where one thing at the beginning will split this off into a completely different story with completely different trials and completely different victims and just in so it's just as long as the original and it's being supervised by the guy who wrote the original who is currently in his prime I might add and being mainly written by one of the guys who wrote some of the best content in Shoot in Order. Enjoy.
You know
And
what
I'm like,
happened with Shoot in Order? Kodaka saw that guy writing his writing, and he was like, you're coming with me to a meeting." And they walk into the meeting, and as they walk into the meeting, the people they're meeting up with already have like playing off the speakers. Baby, come back. Baby, come back to me.
so it's like it's really weird because like as a Danganronpa fan who has been a Danganronpa fan since teenage years, you know,
Oh, jeez.
I, dude, I played this when it came out in Vita in high school.
When did Danganronpa come out?
PSP in the late 2000s, and then I got a Vita version which got localized in the early 2000s.
Early
So
2010s.
yeah, sorry, yeah, early 2010s. These games are old. They said Danganronpa 2 is older than like 11 years old or something. I don't know the exact date.
Oh,
Um,
jeez.
but you know, I saw the Spike Chunsoft Danganronpa Decadence collection where they were like, guys, we're having our own little new Danganronpa game in here, and it's a side mode. It's like a fun little party game, and it's really bad. I had no
Oy.
faith. I was like, I'm done with Danganronpa. This franchise has ended definitively. I don't need more
The
Danganronpa.
sauce is dry.
Everyone's moved on.
Yeah, pretty much. Like all the, because that's what it was, right? Like all the people that you knew for Danganronpa, like they don't
They
work on it anymore.
no, they work at Tokyo Games.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh no. So we, after 100 lines shown that we're really into fucking with expectations and messing around with genre things and adding fun little spins on things you think you already have an understanding of, We're doing that again for the most popular Danganronpa game of all time. And you know, everyone's back. You
And then we
know,
got a guy that's like a good up and
acknowledged
comer.
with recently good right. By the
Yeah,
way, last time I was saying Shoot and Order was kind of mid. I ended up finishing that game.
I saw.
Horrible localization aside, that game is amazing.
I saw you getting upset that the game was this good at the end, and you were like, I can't fucking believe.
Like localization issues aside, you play the beginning of that game and you go, this is like a 7, like a 6 or a 7 for like all of it. And then the end fucking wraps around. It is one of the most like compelling versions of that story I have ever seen. You know how like you like you played Infinite Wealth and like you thought the game said some weird stuff about cults.
Yeah.
This is like, what if the cult was kind of actually based because the alternative was terrible, and it's like, and it's not based in the real world, like a real world thing that's happening right now.
No, but I actually like that idea because that can go to a place of like shit is so bad that people are turning to like
Mhm.
fanatical bullshit to like cope. That's a pretty compelling that's a pretty compelling premise actually.
It is well, I do not recommend people play that unless they want to have a very rocky 30 hours followed by
Sure.
some very good 10 hours at the end. But anyway, so it's just like it I'm sold. And people have already started looking at the trailer and have noticed some key differences. Like people were looking at my man Komaita's shirt being noticeably different and are like, what does it mean?
Yeah, why is he wearing a different shirt?
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
are
yeah.
you cooking?
Because that's exactly that works so well. Like usually I roll my eyes at that, but that works so well in the game where you're literally supposed to like spot
Mm-hmm.
contradictions and things that don't seem right. Because Danganronpa is like Ace Attorney, but like scary or
Yeah. And if you have played Danganronpa 2 and know the big twist, it is like you are very aware of where they can take this new story. And there's a lot of places you can go with it.
yeah,
Also, fucking your title is 2x2.
which
2x2 is
implies is
4.
4. Yeah,
You
which means either either you're cold announcing Danganronpa 4 or
this is
you
Danganronpa 4.
or this is yeah, exactly. This is Danganronpa 4. Like this is ostensibly Kodaka going, this is a fourth one.
We did it.
Which is great because like I think it's kind of cool because I will especially because of like what I know about Danganronpa 3 and what that game is like
V3?
discussing. Huh?
V3?
V3, yes, sorry.
I unfortunately there is a
Yeah,
distinction.
yeah, yeah, sorry. Um like with that like with what that game talks about. What you've told me that game talks about.
Mhm.
I'm very interested to see what Kodaka and the writer that he's brought on to help him with this. I'm or rather, not the writer that he's brought on, the writer from Chunsoft that I guess they picked for this. Um,
No, they were
I'm
like
very,
Spike was like, "Hey, Tukio, did you do it?"
yeah. I'm very interested to see like, what it turns out to be. Obviously, I'm probably not going to play it, but like, I have a lot of friends that play Danganronpa. So,
This
it'll be,
did a lot of things to the internet.
yeah. So I'll be very excited to see like, I am fascinated by like Kodaka's thought process and what he wants to talk about in his stories. Uchikoshi for the same reasons, where I find it fascinating because they do compelling things. They have compelling points to what they're doing.
Hmm.
And what's great about like this Danganronpa 2 thing is that because it's a mystery game, literally everything could be significant or not at all, and he's gonna fuck with you the entire time, and that's exciting.
Yeah.
I love
No,
that.
if you play the Danganronpa games, that is absolutely like,
Yeah,
yeah, like you are in this to get fucked with.
yeah, Like the goal, the game is I want to outsmart the writer, and the writer is like not gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah, the writer laughs at you and goes, "Huh,
you and the writer are having a battle of wits."
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, I like that.
But you know, looks great. Let's kick it in high gear a little bit because
Origins, Dynasty Wars Origins, we talked about already.
You know what? I was
Exciting
like,
stuff.
when I was when I played that earlier in the year, I was like, this is a great game. I'd love to play it on a portable. And when I got my Switch 2, one of the first things I thought was I'd love to play Dynasty Warriors Origins on it, and they did it.
Very happy it's getting DLC. Can't wait to go back to that, get the other 2 true endings I don't have yet, and
it's the fun kind of DLC where they're like, hey, we made a whole new route.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. That's what I wanted.
It's not a we hid a route from you all and we sucked it out and we cut it up and we put it back and we charged you money for it. They said we took a year and we made a whole new game.
Yeah. And like it's been long enough where it's like clearly you were developing this after launch.
Yep. Monster Hunter Stories 3 looks amazing. I have no reason to think or say anything about it until it is in front of me.
Makes me want to play the first 2. I hear the first 2 are a little bit more basic than what this promises to be, but I want to play those.
You should play 2. 2 is more of a full-fleshed video game. This looks like even more of a full-fleshed video game. So yeah.
Bunch of shit we don't care about. We already know about HD 2D remake.
They put out a demo for P3 Reload. That game runs kind of bad on Switch 2. I'm shocked.
I don't even think it's a Switch 2 problem. I think it's a Atlas optimization problem.
It is absolutely that. I played that game at 60 FPS on my Steam Deck. I don't know what you like. What you play it and you go, it is very obvious that they tried to go more on resolution than performance. And that was not the move.
I need developers. I said this last time we talked about the Switch 2. You developers, you need to stop like porting your shit and going, we're just gonna like push it to the limit. No, just get it stable, get it good looking enough. It's fine. It's a handheld. The screen is not that big. Like it'll look good. Just don't fuck it up like that. Anyway.
No, it's like it's 30 FPS, which would be like annoying, but like fine, whatever. It's the demo at the moment, and it might be different in the launch version. It is 30 FPS with frame stutters.
What resolution?
What is the fucking not frame stutters? It's like it's not like frame time issues, I think. Frame time stutters.
Where it looks like it's buffering.
Yeah, it's not a smooth 30. Like
some of the frames are faster than the other than others. Yeah.
So it is not a smooth 30.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross.
Fucking Resident Evil Requiem for Switch 2 is really crazy.
Does it look good? Does it run well?
I mean, did you see the trailer or did you skip it?
I skipped it because Resident Evil's scary.
Yeah. It looks like one of those ports where it's like, I respect that you put it on the system.
Participation award.
It looks fine. I would never have assumed that would go to Switch 2. Anyone in their right mind would not play it on this platform.
Yeah. ...
Please look forward to how I enjoy Resident Evil Requiem on my Switch 2.
Your brain's cooked, dog.
Yeah.
I'm so
I got Chronos on my Switch 2, and that's been okay. I wish Cosmo was here so we could talk about Chronos, but you know what?
You're not allowed to complain about P3 Reload anymore.
No,
saying that shit.
Dude, no. You look at like what this system is capable of, and then you look at P3 Reload, and you go, "You didn't do it right.
This should be running this game.
This should not be running the."
Yeah,
I know you, P3 Reload. You should not be having problems like this.
this fucking game that looks like a very polished PS4 game should not fucking run like dog shit on the Switch 2, especially if it runs at 60 on Steam Deck. Come the fuck on.
Like there's parts that make it dip on Steam Deck, but honestly, I'm sure they got fixed by now. It's just like it's what you're doing here is not worth the cuts you had to make to do it. It just seems
like
is
episode I guess packaged into this.
No, of course not. No,
you're kidding.
No, it's $60,
No,
and you
you're
have
kidding.
to
You're
buy
lying.
episode I guess. And
No,
it's
no, 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 no,
episode I
no.
guess is not coming out on launch either.
No, 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 no. You're lying. You're a liar.
No.
You're a fucking liar.
No. Here's the thing. I will. I'm going to.
No.
Okay. Hear me out. It's not as bad as you assume. I am going to try to do a port review of this. And if I buy a copy, it is to give to my girlfriend who does not have another way to play this game.
Oh, you're trying to justify why you're going to have it on your Switch too.
Well, no, it's not a justification. It's the only reason I'm like even considering.
No, I'm not saying no to you. I'm saying no to like what Atlas is doing. You can be, I don't like, I know you.
Yeah,
you're,
okay.
You're gonna, you know, whatever the fuck.
No excuse. This should not have happened.
Yeah,
like if $60 for a port like this is already a lot. I would have been a lot more like fine with 60 if you had bundled episode I guess.
I'm about to have a fucking nervous breakdown. Atlas did not. You can't. Fuck it. Anyway, let's talk about. I can't. We can't. I can't. Yeah. You can't. We can't. I can't. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'll fucking scream about it on Blue Sky later, I guess. Yeah.
Before our last one, I do notice we missed one.
Oh, what?
Metroid.
Oh yeah. They put that butch lesbian on a motorcycle. Let's go.
It's so cool. Like, okay, so here's the thing. I
guess she's not butch. She just works out.
I know a lot of Metroid fans, and I know a lot of lesbians. I'm sorry, Metroid fans. I would much rather trust the opinions of the lesbians who are drooling and going, oh, it's a pretty woman, than you going,
well, there, motorcycle, bike, traversal, open world, and my Metroid, why?
Like, I'm sorry.
You're fine, man.
No, I'm not apologizing.
No, I'm talking to them. I'm saying you're fine, like, man.
Granted, I think the trailer was bad that they showed. It was like whatever.
Outside of the kind of hollow
bike, it was nothing. The only reason that trailer existed was to be like, guys, it's coming out this year. Shut up! Stop fucking talking to us about it. Stop fucking talking. Stop, you fuckers!
I told you it was 4K 120. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and I'm sure that game's gonna come in hot. Like the fact that they were not confident enough months ago to say that was coming out in December, but still coming out in 2025 means I'm sure that game is coming in hot. But I don't know. I'm like, from what I understand, having only played Metroid Prime 1 and I've seen a lot of 2 and 3, every Metroid Prime game is different from the other. So I don't see why this is like really like making Metroid fans mad.
Why would you be shocked that they're doing this to Metroid after they did it to Zelda, after they did it to Mario, after they did it to Donkey Kong? I'm so sorry. This is the trend, and Nintendo is not exempt from the trends. They've just done a very good job of convincing you that they're doing their own thing. And I'm not saying that to be like, Nintendo. I'm saying that to be like, this has been the case for first party Nintendo games since 2016, since the fucking Switch came out. Like, of course they put open world traversal in Metroid. Of course they did. Yeah. Like that's what's gonna happen. That's what's happening. That is what they've been doing. That is the trend. I'm not shocked. I think the motorcycle looks cool.
Yeah.
I think it suits Samus very well. I think it suits Samus incredibly well that she drives a motorcycle.
Samus is GC going Zam with his tongue out.
I mean, that's what I do when I see Samus, but that's a different story.
That's true.
I think this is a huge win for lesbians everywhere, and as a passionate ally, I'm right there with them.
Yep.
Let's go, lesbians.
Yep.
Samus can carry both of us on her shoulders, but she'll only
Exactly.
make out with you. That's
Yep.
fine.
That's fine. I'll accept that. But yeah, no, I got no beef. I got no beef.
Yeah,
How can I beef?
I am actually, I'm such a fucking sucker. I'm more interested in Metroid Prime now that there's a fucking motorcycle and like some open world things. Because you know what it's gonna be. It's gonna be open worlds that connects like smaller Metroid dungeons. Like
Yeah.
that's what it's gonna be.
No, I do not think this is going to be like it's a whole open world now and the open world looks barren. I feel like people love to like jump to massive conclusions for like one gameplay thing that they see that like really worries them. And granted, I think we're both guilty of this as well. We're not
Oh
like
yeah.
immune to this. I looked at I didn't mention this in the Dragon Quest segment, but I looked at the overworlds looking kind of too tiny now for the scale of the models, and I went, they made the scale a little smaller. Oh no.
This is going to affect the economy.
Yeah, this will affect the trout population. But you know, it's like I think it'll be okay.
It's fucking fine.
Granted, Metroid fans
you don't get a
hungry.
lot.
You
Yeah,
don't get a lot. So it would, I will say though, objectively funny if this game is bad and you all hate it. I'm sorry.
I am so sorry to all of you Metroid Prime fans. If Metroid Prime 4 comes out and you all fucking hate it, I feel bad for you. I do.
I think it's funny.
I think it's funny, and I want to be like, that's what you get for being such a whiny little baby for years. Fuck. Like, God, look, Metroid fans, Metroid Prime fans.
Yeah, it's you know.
I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Yeah.
I feel I don't know. I don't know what to say that wouldn't like sound really mean, other than like, you know, maybe nostalgia's playing a really big part in your love of something. I don't know. Like
Yeah, no, that's it.
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get the fervor for a series that's only ever had 3 entries, and like one only comes out every whenever. Well, I guess the first 3 came out like pretty regularly, but like I don't know, like it's a spinoff. I've never really, I don't know, like if someone told me, oh, they're never gonna make another Dragon Quest Monsters, I'd be like, yeah, okay.
Right.
Like that's fine. Yeah.
Granted, like I know this game has been in dev hell for like years.
Yeah,
but that only makes it funnier if it's bad.
It would make it expected to me.
You know what? No,
like,
I'm not even gonna say bad. If it's not what you guys want and therefore bad to you.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that's a better way of putting it. It's like if this is something that you hate, I'm gonna
think it's funny.
It'll be the most hilarious thing ever.
But also it would be even funnier if it is the worst game ever made.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It's like a win-win no matter what. And I say this as someone who likes Metroid. Like to prep for Dread, I played every 2D Metroid game except 2 because that game is bad.
I tried to do that, but I only got through Zero Mission.
I'm surprised. Like I did all of them. But you know, like it's okay. You'll be okay. It's just a game.
Learn to love motorcycles.
Yeah, learn to like be okay with lesbians. They can't.
Yeah.
Well, okay, this one can hurt you.
If you don't like Metroid Prime 4, you're homophobic.
You are homophobic. I have to say. Chat, reply in the replies if you're homophobic.
I'm sorry, Metroid Prime fans. I'm just fucking with you. Don't worry about it.
I have a very close friend who's a very big Metroid fan, and I love and respect him dearly. It's our buddy Wayne, so this is not a Wayne call out post.
Hi Wayne.
Hi Wayne, you're not gonna listen to this, so like this isn't gonna be like Cullen has beef with YouTuber Wayne is bot. No, I am sorry to say it's not even because it's Metroid. It's not targeting you. It's that anytime there's a game like this that's highly anticipated and like all the fans think it's bad, like I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan. I've been in the trenches. That shit's just funny. Like I lived through Kingdom Hearts 3, a really good game that I turned around after like hitting credits and saw everyone pissing their pants over. And I was like, did we play the same game?
Oh, beautiful mirror. Beautiful mirror. Oh, endorphins. God, the release of Kingdom Hearts 3 was such a good time for me.
I think gaming died. Like gaming culture, I think died at that moment where a bunch of people just like, I don't know how to describe it. I don't want to get into Kingdom Hearts. Let's talk about Fire Emblem.
I'll tell you what happened. It was when enthusiasts and hobbyists became displaced by reactionaries and trend chasers.
Mhm.
There you go. Like back at like in hobbyist communities like that I was a part of, it was always just very like if a game sucked, it was like, oh, well, okay.
That happens.
And I was like, well, that was a waste of my money. I guess I won't buy the next one right away. And then nowadays it's like, this is an affront to society.
I'm gonna die.
Where's my clown makeup?
I'm going to die.
This world is unsalvageable. Kill them all.
Anyway, it's gonna be 4K 120 FPS Metroid. Like it's gonna be okay.
Yeah, you're gonna like it. It's gonna have everything that you want on it. They're
Samus
not
is gonna be there. You're gonna shoot guns.
It's got a motorcycle, but it's got everything else you want. Like it's fine. Don't worry about it. Anyway,
It's like one of the nicest looking Nintendo games ever.
It is
made.
the game they were selling the Switch 2 with. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's like this is one of those kind of games where it's like, yeah, it's a Switch game, but like it's not a Switch game. It's a Switch 2 game.
It
Like,
looks really pretty. Like that is the game that is the game that the system should have launched with. Period. I'll be honest. Anyway, Fire Emblem. New Fire Emblem.
bark, 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 bark. Oh,
Bum, 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 bum. Is that Fire Emblem?
yes, it is. Okay. I don't get to talk about this often enough because there has not been a good Fire Emblem game in 2018. Oh my god.
Are you talking about Three Houses?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I was thinking about it. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's been a minute.
I think even if you like Engage, like I wouldn't even count it as like a proper entry into the series because it's a celebration anniversary crossover.
Yeah,
mess.
I think Engage is like so interesting because I Engage as shooters, and I respect. Like I have friends who really like Engage, and I hear their reasons for liking it because it is very much like the GBA, Fire Emblem games. And a lot of people care a lot more about those GBA games than I do, and I started with Awakening. I could not. I did not. It had nothing to grab me.
I have a friend who is a veteran Fire Emblem fan, like I am, and she loves classic Fire Emblem. And she's like, Engage has like some really cool mechanical shit. That story is dog shit.
Yeah.
To the point that the story gets in the way of those cool mechanics, and just in the middle of the story or like towards the end of the story will depower the player as an excuse to introduce the other cast, the other half of the Fire Emblem cast that's in the game.
Though.
Yeah, and it's just like, and she goes, and you would think like it's really cool, but like it just fucking sucks. Like it literally comes out of nowhere. It's a completely arbitrary because they couldn't figure out how to like incorporate the other half of the cast into the fucking story.
What if we took Marth away from you and I'm like, I think you guys I think you guys assume I like Marth a lot more than I do.
Oh no.
Whereas like, oh, thank God Marth is fucking gone. I hate this guy.
He's so boring.
He's nothing. He's fucking nothing.
He's nothing because of course he's nothing. Like the fucking game that Martha's from, he's just like those games were not. You had 5 words of dialogue box. Like, look, I get it. Like
now,
classic Fire Emblem, good. I'm not saying that, but like Martha's not the charisma hero that you think he is.
But for those of you who are not in the trenches of Fire Emblem, the thing we've heard for years, like if you listen to like leaks or anything, is, oh yeah, there's a Fire Emblem 4 remake, and it's happening. It's happening, and it's happening soon. It's gonna be the next one. And you know what? I was the idea for another Echoes game is really exciting because before Three Houses, like it sounds like silly. It's like, oh, you only like the most recent Fire Emblem game. I was like, no, that's not true because I don't like Engage. But like before Three Houses, Echoes was my favorite Fire Emblem game. So I was like, yeah, another
I still
Echoes
gotta
game.
play that one.
It's so good. Yeah, Echoes. Yay. Whoa, more. But at that point of the presentation where I had seen a billion re-releases and remakes, I was getting really scared because here's the thing. No, there was no shot that this was not going to be like a Fire Emblem game to close this presentation out. We haven't gotten a Fire Emblem game in 3 years. It's time.
Yeah.
Like, that just makes sense.
Yeah, especially because the series is now like very popular.
Yeah. I was worried. I was like, it would be cool if we got Echoes game, but like, goddamn, I'm gonna be like, all right, looking forward to a remake. Because like when you're looking forward to a remake is a much different feeling when you're looking forward to a new game. Like
it's a different set of expectations. It's a different set of excitement.
We're both very excited for Dragon Quest VII.
Yes.
But oh shit, is there a new game that's coming out that we don't like have like a new game that's coming out that we're both excited for? Because Dragon Quest 12 isn't real.
Legend ZA. That's a new game.
Yeah. Yeah. How about that? Like Digimon Time Stranger.
A Time Stranger. That's a new game.
Yep. There are games, but like
it's just not on the direct. Not many on the direct.
But like, so I was like, all right, it's gonna happen. I'm ready for it. I haven't played before, but like, you know what? I'm gonna hear for months every single fucking person be like, I know this part about Fire Emblem for it, and if they don't do it like this, then I think Nintendo should die and everyone there should be killed and laid off in that order. And I'm just like, all right, thank you, Fire Emblem fan. I appreciate it. But then we see, oh, wait a second. This is a new video game.
Yep.
This is a brand new Fire Emblem game.
Very clearly set in the Three Houses.
And it is in the Three Houses universe.
Yeah, because some of them are people in that trailer before the stinger at the end. People are very clearly wielding the I forget what they're called in Three Houses. The super
relics.
Weapons. The relics. Like people, they're like the whole trailer just has people wearing or wielding relics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then what's her name? Foot Woman. Oh god damn it. Sothis. Yeah, Sothis. She's there.
She's there as an adult, which could either mean it's a prequel or a sequel.
Which could be both, yeah.
It literally could be both, and that's kind of fun. And like I'm looking at this game and I'm remembering what it's like to be a Fire Emblem fan.
Yeah.
And like get a new Fire Emblem game. And it's that excitement. And they are very clearly saying that this is based like off of the world and mechanics and visual identity of Three Houses. And I was like, oh my God, that's how you do it. Like, yeah, like I'm super fine. Like if this was like another like Byleth, Fodlan story, like cool, whatever. Like Three Hopes was really fun. But like this is the ideal sequel. Set it in the world, have a couple familiar things here and there, but like this could have less to do. Like who cares? Like this is a new game.
Yeah. And we've had sequel Fire Emblem games before anyway.
And that's another thing. I'm like, oh, I can't believe they didn't set it. Like they set it in a similar, like I just wanted Fire Emblem to be its own thing every time. It's like, oh my God, most of those games are in the same world.
Yeah. I mean, fucking the Marth games. Let me see.
They're in Awakening's like universe.
Yeah, that's Awakening. Fire Emblem 6 and 7 are literally directly related.
I think one of the only ones
Path of Radiance, Radiant Dawn are a pair as well.
It's like I have a game for y'all who want a Fire Emblem game to be in its own separate continuity. Have you played a game called Fire Emblem Fates?
Doesn't Fates have
it
a
has
sequel?
Like wait, what?
I thought Fates had a sequel. I thought there was a second Fates.
Well, there is one 3-game release called Fire Emblem Fates.
That's right.
But
Birthright,
also,
Conquest, and Revelation or
and in
whatever.
all fairness, there's some universe hopping shenanigans with Awakening, but like it's cameo characters, you know?
Yeah.
Um, but like most Fire Emblem games are related to one another. So it's like I don't fucking care if they're gonna do the same thing and be like, yeah, no, this is set in that world, but it's either so far in the future or so far in the past that it doesn't matter.
Yeah. But like it's just a non-issue. It's just a non-issue. It's just I like it doesn't matter if it's set in the same universe. It's going to be a different story. It might have some recurring characters, but like Fire Emblem rarely, if ever, are like hardcore direct sequels. The closest we get is Path of Radiance to Radiant Dawn.
Yeah.
And even that is like a completely separate conflict that has nothing to do with the first one. So, you know, it's exciting. Like, first of all, different era entirely, like you were saying.
Oh yeah,
like,
someone's got a gun.
someone's got a gun in like a Greco-Roman style setting, which I'm like,
Tarja 3 has a gun.
and I'm like, who? Like, I'm sitting here like, how, where, when does this take place? And like, I'm starting to think that maybe they're going to play more with like the time aspects that Three Houses kind of like alludes to. Um, because that game has some of that stuff in it. But like, but
It
yeah,
just we don't have too much right now. We just have one trailer. It looks
I'm glad
great.
they did not. I'm glad that Engage's art style was a one-time thing. That's what I'll
Yeah.
say.
Well, okay. I love I really like the work of the artist. I don't think Engage's
It doesn't
problem is the artist.
I think it's a bad fit. That's me. I think the artist does a really good job with like character designs. That's not what I want out of Fire Emblem. I like Fire Emblem when it's like more grounded in like designs.
For me, it was I just preferred the Three Hopes, the Three Houses art style, and I'm pretty sure this is the same artist.
Yeah, and to that point, I think Three Houses is sort of like rubbing up against like the threshold for me, but I still very much like Three Houses designs because it very much feels like these are good designs, and I think they please everybody in a good way, not like a try to please everybody, you please nobody situation. But yeah, I did not like Engage's art style. No offense to the artist, just for Fire Emblem. But this looks great.
Also, like the new pro tag looks amazing.
Yeah, I really dig it. I really it's very unconventional for a protagonist in like a fucking RPG or Fire Emblem for that matter. Like he looks very different, and I think I'm trying to remember. Hold on, what was the name of the game? Fortune's Weave.
Yeah, Fortune Weaves or something. To have like a not just like normal white kid as your protagonist in a Fire Emblem game is cool.
A character who's clearly inspired by Europeans. This character is clearly not European, not white European anyway. And I think they're going for like person of color.
Yeah.
And I like that. I'm into it. I like that there's a lot more variety. Not everyone's like.
And granted, I think Engage did like character diversity very well. If there was one thing about that art style I really like, is that there's a lot of different like like skin colors and stuff in Engage. But like I'm glad Fire Emblem has more embraced this kind of worldwide audience a lot more than a lot of like Japanese devs that have blown up have done.
I'm really interested in seeing how they do the hub world in this, because there's a hub world in this, and there's mounting units. So you can like get on a thing as your character and get off of it, and I want to know if that's any different, because that was one of the things that they were showing off.
But I'm a bit curious. I don't know, like it's I'm not sure, like I see a lot of people very worried at how they're gonna handle some things in this. Because it's the Fire Emblem devs, they're not perfect.
No.
And especially if it seems like you're going to tell a story more about race, and like colonialism and stuff. But like I'll give them a shot. I love Fire Emblem. I want to play a new Fire Emblem game.
I'll be honest. I think Three Houses handles what it talks about really well.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people. I think Three Houses discourse suffers from people who don't get it, which is like everyone's like trying to be like, what's like the best? Like, who's the good person in this? And it's like none of them are. Like none of them are. Like there's a greater evil that none of them are identifying, and they're all fighting amongst each other, and like they're all right and wrong in like various ways, and that is the point. Some of them are
Mhm.
more wrong than others to you, right? And like to people who believe in certain things, and that's fine. Like clearly that doesn't mean the people that made the game are like neutral. They made characters that they themselves probably don't agree with, because that's how you tell a story. And like I actually think they might do really well with this if this is the same writers that did Three Houses. uh I don't know who wrote Three Hopes, but I think Three Hopes is pretty good too with some of that stuff.
Yeah.
um that being said, this could always end up being another Fire Emblem game where it's like fuck your siblings, high
Yeah.
fates.
Yeah. But
or
sometimes you
or
gotta fuck your siblings. It just happens.
it could also be a Fire Emblem, another Fire Emblem game where it's like, don't change your gender, no. Or another Fire Emblem game where it's like homophobia can be cured. Actually, just take this medicine.
Look, you've said the same Fire Emblem game like 3 times.
I didn't even realize that I was talking about the same one.
That's the same one.
That's it. It is. It is. It's the same fucking one.
I will say though, I think I really got to give it to Intelligent Systems, because they made, which was the best-selling Fire Emblem game like of all time with Fates, and then like kind of internally acknowledged, hey guys, okay, that was a mess.
What the fuck did we do?
Let's do better.
Yeah.
And they have. I genuinely think they have.
This game, if this game actually lets you be gay, it'll be a vast improvement, is what I think.
Okay, well, like, if nothing else, Engage just let you be like
Perfect.
bisexual.
Then we're gonna get. Then hopefully they stay the course on that, and I will be much less worried about how this turns out, because honestly, like, that's always just been my problem with Fire Emblem. I think it tells really compelling stories, but then like it really understands the problem with like abuse of governance and abuse of power, but it really fucks it up when it wants to talk about like inclusivity. So I'm only worried about that aspect of it. I'm sure if it's a Three Houses people, I'm sure it'll be a fine story about some thematic strength.
I'm
or
really
whatever.
curious if this is Intelligent Systems or if this is Koei Tecmo, because from what I've heard, a lot of Three Houses is because of Koei Tecmo's input.
Yes, that is also true. I almost forgot about that.
And like, Koei Tecmo might be pretty busy, so I wonder if Insys is just being like, yeah, we're taking your stuff. But who knows? But yeah, Direct good.
It's Intelligent Systems apparently. Hold on.
If nothing else, the gameplay will probably be a bit tighter.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
No, I cannot confirm. I cannot confirm that it is Intelligent Systems. That was a fandom wiki entry. I went to a different wiki that doesn't do bad reporting and doesn't do bad information gathering, and they have not actually listed a developer. So
great.
Yeah.
Well, but yeah. Good Direct.
It was a good Direct. People are gonna think, people who follow me on social media will think that I hated that Direct because like I have a big bone to pick with Nintendo.
You
and,
a
like,
big pawn. You pawn
them
them
intentionally
big.
obfuscating information to like build hype on Directs so that the PR is really good, and people like, the problem is like people will have it'll do good PR, right? The bad PR will trickle in, so it won't have as good of an impact. And then what ends up happening is Nintendo maintains its goodwill as a result, because maintaining goodwill isn't necessarily about doing good thing. It's about doing bad thing and preventing that information from being given to enough people fast enough and in great enough number to make an impact on your goodwill. Because if one person gets pissed off and then, 2 weeks go by and then another person gets pissed off, who gives a shit? But if like 50 people get pissed off and at once, that's a much bigger thing. And then extrapolate that to like hundreds of thousands to millions of people and you understand the impact.
Mhm.
And it just kind of like, it leaves a bad taste in my mouth that Nintendo does this shit all the time with that's a strategy and it works for them. And I feel like people should be a little bit more vigilant, but
It is very funny though that as soon as the Galaxy collection got announced, everyone online was immediately like, I bet that's going to be $80.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
bet that. And they were right.
And they were right. But yeah,
What are you going to
good
do?
direct. Lots of fun games that are coming out. Very excited. Very, very excited. Cannot wait for some of those games to come out.
That they did what they were supposed to do, which was be like, hey guys, we're kicking off the second half of our console launch year again. And we got some new games. We got some ports. And yeah, I got what I wanted. Surprisingly, like a lack of level 5.
Yeah.
Apparently they put out a trailer for like that soccer Inazuma 11 in the Japanese direct.
Yeah, but they delayed the game.
Again?
No, they delayed it a couple weeks ago. They announced the delay.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out in August and then it got moved to November.
Yeah. Yeah. It'll be
now
fine.
I wonder if they delayed it again.
No.
Please come out in November. That game looks cool.
Fantasy Life made a bunch of money, so I think they're just not really worried about how it's going to sell. But also, Inazuma 11 isn't going to be showcased at the American or the English Direct because Inazuma 11 is not that popular.
I would want them to do that though to make it popular.
Yeah, but it's also soccer, and Westerners don't like soccer.
What's also weird is fucking
Unfortunately.
Leighton is nowhere to be seen.
That
Supposedly
one's a
another
little more
2025 game. It's going to be at TGS though, so I imagine we'll know then. And TGS is in a couple weeks.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, I'm pretty like tapped out on news.
I'm also tapped out. I think we covered the whole fucking direct.
We got everything except maybe one or two things that someone who really wanted to see us talk about Dink Dank or whatever.
Dink Dank.
Dinkums or just Dinkums.
Dinkum. That's the funniest fucking name for a game. Dinkum, and it's Australian. Ah, no, Dinkum.
No, you dank. You gosh darn dank. That
You
was
got
Australian mixed with,
Dinkum in your pants.
Oh, you dinky your pants a little bit.
Oh, no.
We're sorry for our one fan in Australia. We really hope that Xeon doesn't drop a call.
Will it help if I make fun of New Zealanders? Here, look. Oh, no. Oh, no.
We're only known for Flight of the Conchords and Lord of the Wings.
A chip brew. Can you give me a chip? A chip.
A Lord chip.
Just a single chip brew. There you go.
Yeah,
that's for you Australians out there. Sorry, Kiwis.
But yeah, thank you for listening to another episode of Burnout Culture. We don't know if things will be back to normal next episode. We have a very busy period of time for a lot of us, but you know, we'll figure something out.
Yeah. Well, folks, it's been a gas. If you know where to find us, then you know where to find us. If you don't know how to find us,
how'd you get here?
We don't know how you got here. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.